Welcome back to 1010's podcast with Michael and Adam and Robbie.
Hi guys.
We're trying a new thing this week.
We're
like the other new things we tried.
We're recording on a Tuesday.
Won't stick around. Well, we are recording on a Tuesday.
I gotta work tomorrow night.
The rest of the week's gonna be all fucked up now, because
dude, my week's super mega fucked up. So I get it.
But I know tomorrow's gonna feel like Thursday, though.
Yeah,
that's my point.
But then Thursday's gonna feel like Thursday, and then Friday's just gonna be weird.
I know, but it's gonna make the week longer. It fucks up the week.
That's what I'm saying.
I'll be sleeping all day Friday, so it won't really feel that weird for me.
Maybe I'll just have to take a vacation day. Heck with it.
Just to compensate for recording on a Tuesday.
Yeah, we had a podcast on Tuesday. I need a day off.
R&R.
But what I was saying is we're doing a pre-opener.
Kind of, because I have questions.
They're both
about things.
They're both Adam related, sort of.
I guess.
Adam's, the one's officially the Tractor Fab one.
The opener, the topic I have for the opener needs to happen.
Okay.
But I have some questions about a thing I posted on our Facebook group.
Okay.
Specifically for Mr. Beck.
Okay.
Because I don't understand how they work.
Great. Pull it up, Robbie.
So I posted this thing that Petrolicious posted. Little posting of the posting there. Apparently it's a watch winder made out of an engine block. And I don't get what that means.
Which part don't you understand?
The watch winder. How's it?
The winder part?
How does it wind a watch?
So those winders have... So there are different types of watches.
Right, this is an audio medium.
This is a for the people that watch the YouTube, they'll have a little Easter egg surprise.
There you go.
So there are quartz watches, which run on batteries.
Okay.
Large majority of watches.
Yes.
And then there are automatic. Is that quartz watch that you're wearing?
Yeah, it runs on a battery.
Does it? I don't know what it is. I can't see it.
It's a $10 fossil.
Okay, so there you go. That's a quartz watch.
I assume that those are the cheaper of the watches, generally
speaking, yes. You can spend, $10
on a fossil watch.
You can spend $10 on a fossil watch. If you buy one of the Grand Seiko quartz, you can spend $3,000. Kind of depends on
but that's
how much money you're trying to piss away. And then there's mechanical watches. There's automatic, and then there's ones that are you have to wind them. You wind a stem to wind them. But the automatic ones have an oscillating rotor on the inside. That basically what that rotor does is when it spins around inside the watch, it winds a spring, and then there's an escapement that slowly releases the stored energy in that spring to power the watch.
So then, does this thing just spin the watch, or does it rotate it back and forth?
No, it spins it, and then depending on how it's
full
designed,
circle?
Yeah. So it'll spin it in a full circle for 60 seconds.
Inside of that cylinder.
Correct.
That would normally have a piston.
Correct.
Okay.
And then sometimes it'll spin the other way.
So it said that they tried to use as many of the OEM engine parts as possible.
So it looks like the pistons are flipped backwards and the watches are mounted inside them. And then they spin, I would imagine.
Oh.
So you just got a little bit of...
So you take the rings off, I guess.
So you take a cylinder block.
So they use highly precise stepper motors.
Oh,
okay,
fancy. Big terms.
When you want to place your order for 54 of these that they're gonna make, it is by appointment only, and they customize it based on your watch collection.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, because you got to make sure that the watch fits in there and whatnot. I
guess just.
I don't know.
Wait. This is a 4-cylinder?
No, it's a 6.
Oh. No, there's another picture that shows.
It's an S54.
It's literally 2 Speedmasters, 2 Omega Speedmasters, 3 of the same Rolex Submariner, and then 1 vintage Hoyer.
Who has 3 of the same Rolex?
This guy.
Well, they borrowed 3 of the same Rolex.
Yeah,
there's probably 3 guys who each have the same Rolex that
I would hope so.
Developed.
I don't know what kind of maniac owns 2 Speedmasters and 3 Submariners. That's a
rich maniac.
A weird watch collection that nobody needs.
So the motor they made this out of, it's an S54, and that's why there's 54 of them.
Oh, is that why they're going to cost $5,400?
Oh, it's going to be way more than that.
Oh, for God's sake.
Well, I'm not. So the other problem with this is I don't know what you do with it.
You put it on a table, you put your watches in it.
Yeah, but
how do you be like a really good table?
Exactly. Not like
Yeah.
this piece of shit. It's not going to work.
It's not a table that your ex left at your house.
No, you don't put it on that table. That's for sure.
Well, so I'm not 100% sure. I'm pretty sure it's cast iron.
I think it is, yeah.
Right, so it
Being
weighs
of that era, I'm
it
just
weighs
assuming it is
a shitload.
Yeah.
What do you do with that's my point. Like, what do you do with it?
Probably.
Where do you put it? How do you move it
I
around?
mean, granted, there's no crank in it or anything like that. I assume. I don't know how they would have used the crank in it.
It would almost make more sense to take and cut, like, okay, so just cut the cylinder out. Just, the cylinder bank, however deep that is.
Have one cylinder?
No. I mean, cut the motor.
Slice it like a pizza.
Yeah, slice it down the middle. So you just get the cylinders.
Oh, you
And
don't have like the
whole
like
crank
where the
assembly.
area
Yeah, get
is?
rid of all that.
The sump, if you will.
Sure.
Maybe.
Throw all that away.
See, what I would have done is cut it vertically into 6 sections and sold it as 6 separate pieces.
6 times the price.
Yeah.
Sure.
I don't know.
Well, because then you just have one section, and you put the piston in there, and then you put the stepper motor behind it or whatever, and it's just that little section.
For one watch?
Yeah.
Who owns just one watch?
So you decide what, when you're getting ready to go to bed, and you got to figure out what watch you're going to wear tomorrow. You put it in the thingy, and then when you wake up in the morning, it's ready to go.
It has to be wound at all times, Adam.
Well, yeah, but you're wearing it, so it'll be wound when you're
No,
wearing
but you
it.
just said I had to choose. What if I have 10? I can't wear 10.
Do they have to, how do you do that?
You'll lose time if you let it die. You have to reset it.
I let them die.
Oh, do you?
I have watch winders, and I let them die. Yeah,
You have a watch winder?
yeah, I got 2 of them.
Is it just like a...
It's just a box.
Does
It's
it
a
just
leather
spins
box.
the watch
watch
inside
in there.
of it?
Yeah.
Does it whir and annoy you?
They can be noisy, yeah.
Mine all have batteries.
Can I ask what a watch winder costs?
$100 for
Oh,
like a cheap one.
I don't know if that's good or not.
These batteries are like $4.
I mean, you could spend.
See, this is where watch really.
I mean, you can have somebody make you like an actual wooden, like an artisan, like a guy,
case.
like a guy with a really weird like goatee or whatever. Like he could make
Like
you
a curled.
like
mustache?
a walnut.
Just
The
go
guy
to a
with-
hipster downtown. He'll do it.
He'll make you a walnut, polished everything. He'll tell you where he got the wood. You know what I'm saying?
You know
Like
where you
one of
could
those
go
people?
they could make a really great one?
What's that?
Factory fabrication.
Ooh, Booty, could you make me a box? He does woodworking.
Yeah.
He has a funny mustache, right?
No.
No, that's right. He doesn't.
I don't know. He's got some kind of facial hair, doesn't he?
It's not a funny.
I don't know. I
Nah, I
haven't
think
seen
he's
not
just
a
got
funny
5
mustache.
o'clock shadow. I'm just giving
That's
him a
fair.
hard time.
He's just got ruggedly handsome beard.
Now that it's wintertime and he doesn't have to wear a helmet as often, he might be able to grow out like a sweet goatee or something.
Are we gonna do a November beard for the 1010s podcast? We could all everybody.
Why not?
No, I will not participate in that.
You got
I know,
a
it's
lot
'cause
of
I'm-
5 o'clock
yeah,
shadow.
but
going
I'll-
on.
Longer hair than me.
But I don't like it.
Robbie, now I'll trim my beard back where it was because I've been growing it out.
Yeah, I can see that.
So I'll trim it back if you want to do a November.
I'll do
November
it.
beard. What are we doing?
Yeah, you want to see how white trashy my beard looks?
Yeah, I do.
It's bad.
Does it grow in real patchy?
Yeah, just like Joe Dirt. It's really
Awesome.
No,
really
I
bad.
bet, dude, mine used to be patchy. You just need to embrace it for a while.
Yeah,
it'll come in.
it'll patch, and all of a sudden, poof,
It'll be
and then
fine.
it fills in, and then it looks like super rugged and handsome.
Do it. I think you should do it.
Have longer beard than top of my head.
That's not out of the
That's
ordinary
normal.
this
I
I
day
know,
and
I know
age.
it is.
I'll get you some like weird
Perfectly
glasses.
normal.
Yeah,
That's
give me some square glasses. I'll shave my head so then it's like real short, and then I'll have the beard.
The beard, yeah.
Yeah.
That's like a look.
Oh man,
People do it.
I'm in.
We'll get you a bandana and a Harley. You'll be ready to go.
No, that's not the look. He was
No.
Robbie was talking about being more like an artist.
Yeah, like a hipster.
I don't know that hipsters are shaved, are they?
Some of them are.
Oh, okay.
I need like a tighter.
I thought you
jeans,
had to
though.
like have really long flowing mane when you're a hipster.
No,
No.
those are man buns, and it's different.
No, that's like a different kind of person.
I didn't know there were so many subgenres of hipster.
Go to the farmer's market. And
Nah, I'm good, thanks.
I guess if people want to do November or November weird,
No shave November?
Yeah, let's see what the group says.
I like November. Did you
November
steal that
beard?
from somewhere?
Yeah, I think so. I'm sure.
November. Yeah, I'll trim my beard back and I'll join you guys. I'm afraid to shave my face because I haven't done it in like 4 years.
It breaks
So I'm
out
not-
like mine.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna do that. But I'll
At
trim
least it makes me
back.
feel young because I'm 29, but I still get acne because I'm still a child deep down.
Yeah, no, I get it.
deep down on the inside.
Yep.
So anyway, does that answer your questions about
Yeah,
watch
now
winders
I'm all. I didn't know that was a thing. I knew that like some of them when you wear the and the movement of your day to day kind of keeps the battery
Yeah.
or the system going. But I
Oh,
didn't realize that.
Well, what
like,
you got there?
the Breitling. I'm wearing the Breitling. Why? I wear it all the time.
A $10 used fossil Breitling.
My Breitling.
Jeez.
That could
There you
be.
go.
Did you get that polished?
No, it's how shiny it is.
That could be anywhere
It's
in
a
the price.
lifestyle.
I mean, we don't know how much you paid for that.
Some of us do.
So
It's like 200 grams.
hefty.
It's pretty heavy.
It's lighter than my tungsten watch.
oh, geez, no, there's no way I
Is
could
it?
wear that.
Oh, yeah. I'll bring in my Geneva next
There's
week.
no way I could wear that every day. That would annoy me.
Geneva. What Geneva?
It's got some weight to
my
it.
Geneva.
Is that the brand?
Yeah.
Yeah, bring it in. I want to see it.
It's tungsten. It's very heavy.
I thought tungsten was light.
No.
No?
Those are the lies that they,
Oh,
They're
they
not
tell
light
people.
at all.
Oh.
Super heavy.
Okay. Well, there you go. Watch things.
The more you know.
12th,
All right.
12th podcast.
12th podcast. That's hard to say. 12th.
It's a word, or it's a mouthful for sure.
Hey, yo.
All right, let's do Adam's opener, presented by Factor Fabrication.
For all your watch box needs.
All right, so because apparently you crazed lunatics have decided that this is a good idea, to the point where people are actually putting some thought and some math into this.
Adam Jabay says it's a great idea.
And Jabay literally texted me and said, "Do your stupid spec series. It sounds awesome,"
He called us out and said we weren't going to do it, so now we have to.
which is probably true.
So all of our listeners need to prove Jabay wrong.
I've spent more time than I care to admit thinking about how I would make reasonable parity, because I've decided I want J and N bodies. I want to be inclusive here.
Are we doing the Bob Lutz?
It's Bob Lutz.
It's
Spec
Spec
Bob Lutz.
Lutz. Spec Lutz.
Spec Lutz.
I'm in.
Yeah. So Mike Farr was kind enough to do some math for me, so I didn't have to.
He's a drifter. He's probably not going to participate in this.
You don't know. He seems to be.
He's all in.
I mean, he's at least interested in enough
To do some math.
To do some math for me. So he says on our group that he had crunched some numbers on the Alero versus Cavalier, using the lowest curb weights he could find and the highest horsepower engine options. The Alero comes out to be 17.6 to 1 horsepower per pound, and the Cavalier is 17.8 to 1. So they're close enough.
They're in
I
the
think.
same realm.
I think that at that point, I think we'll be fine. So I've made a short list of rules and regulations, and I'm trying to leave this very open-ended because I envision something a little different. Okay? Are you ready for this?
Okay.
Sure.
So, first of all, start at the bottom of the car and work our way up. Wheels and tires. So, in order to make this a little bit simpler, I decided I want to limit wheel and tire options so that I don't have to do too much with the motor rules,
Yep.
because you're limited by your tire. If you can't put the power to the ground, there's no point, right?
Okay.
So that's my idea. So the rule is 200 treadwears only.
Yep.
200 treadwear or above, I should say. Nothing below.
Right.
You can run 400 treadwears if you want. Be my guest.
Do whatever you want.
15s only.
Cheap.
Okay.
205 width max.
Cheap.
Oh.
Very cheap.
205. It's a pretty narrow tire,
Yep.
especially in the 200 treadwear realm. Basically, every manufacturer that makes a 200 treadwear sticky tire, except for the Hankook RS4, comes in a 205 variety.
I could have swore the Hankook.
The Hankook comes in a 195 and then a 225 and a 245. But they
They used to
skipped
have a
the
215.
They skipped the 205, 215 area. I don't know if
Really?
there's anybody that really makes a 215 15.
RS3s were.
So
Okay, can I throw...
No, not 15s, though.
absolutely.
You may adjust... We're just having a conversation.
Yes,
And I was
that's-
just curious.
I wrote
So I
out a
looked it
few
up.
things,
Okay,
but this
you
is
may know
mostly
this.
for conversation.
You may know this anyway, but
Yep.
so the Z24 had a 16 on it.
Okay.
So if you have a Z24, you need some different wheels.
I figured-
Unless you've excluded that somewhere else.
I didn't.
Okay.
I figured
It's
that
just
no one
something to
would probably
consider.
be running stock wheels on this for
If you could find a
reasons
car
that
with
we're
stock
going to
wheels.
get into down the road here.
Okay.
The last part of my my rules and regulations here are what's going to probably mean that no one's going to be running the stock wheel and tire package.
Okay.
Brakes, as long as it's off the shelf, I'm going to leave it open because as long as it's a steel rotor. So no one's running carbon ceramics or something stupid, right?
Okay.
But I figure if I have a 15-inch wheel, you guys can't get too crazy on brakes. So why make rules, right?
Yes.
Fair enough.
All I want is off the shelf. Suspension, the same thing.
Okay.
So I did some research on this, and by I mean Josh Fettis. He was looking at this while I was driving down the road on my way home from something I had to do this weekend.
He
BC and KW both right off the shelf make suspension
For both?
coilovers for the Cavalier. I forgot to look for the Alero, to be completely honest with you, because I only care about the J body.
So what you're saying is this is Spec Bob Lutz, sponsored by BC Racing.
It certainly can be.
Perfect.
Or
Okay.
KW, whoever
Or
wants to
KW.
throw money at it. I don't give a shit.
I feel like BC might be more down for some shenanigans than KW.
Especially at our
Level.
in our area.
Yeah.
So the engine. NA only.
Okay.
Must have came in that platform. I don't care if it came in the car you own. It just had to come in that platform.
Okay. Yeah, so if you want to swap it.
So yeah, if you buy a 2.2 Cavalier with a blown up motor and you can swap the 2.4 into it, you can swap the newer Ecotec into it because they came in the Cavalier. That's perfectly fine. I don't have any problem with that. It just has to come in that body.
Gotcha.
Because what I did find out, again through Josh Fettis, apparently putting a 3.8 liter V6, which did not come in either the N or J bodies, only in the Grand Prix and Bonnevilles and that sort of stuff. Putting one of those in a Cavalier,
Not hard.
they bolt up to the so you use if you have the 2.2 car, use the stock clutch and flywheel and it bolts in. Apparently. So you can run the 5-speed manual transmission out of the 2.2 in your Cavalier with a 3.8 liter.
That'd be fun.
And apparently there's only about a 20-pound difference between the two motors.
Holy crap.
So like if I was building a Cavalier race car, that's suddenly a viable
That's a
option.
great way to go.
Because that's not enough weight on the nose to really matter, and the horsepower difference is substantial, as well as the aftermarket following is good, thanks to the GTP and stuff like that.
Right.
So, interesting.
Okay.
However, outside of the rules for Spec Lutz, that's pretty much my rules for what you can do performance-wise to the car. So the last little bit of this, unless you guys, is there any peanut gallery?
Can I get a cold air intake?
Yeah, no, that's
Okay.
the only thing you can't do, or the only thing I'm leaving the engine is it must be NA.
Yep.
It must be an engine available in that chassis. Do whatever the fuck you want. I don't care.
All right. We're going to port the shit out of this thing.
Well, see, so that's why I wanted the small narrow tire.
Yep.
So you can make 400 wheel, but you can't put it down. It doesn't fucking matter.
Yes.
That's
gonna
what
be
I'm
me.
trying to do. So, like, if you want to spend all that money, I don't care because you're not going to put it down. You're not going to be any faster.
I'm in.
You know, that's where I'm at on this.
All right.
So, the last part I think is going to take a little bit of explaining, but I really like the idea. It probably needs some fine tuning, but this is what I got. So, I've talked about this before just a couple weeks ago. Optima Ultimate Streetcar does what they call D&E, I think, which is Design and Engineering section. It's basically a judged car show that has points towards your total score
Right.
for the event. So I am suggesting that we do this as well.
Okay.
We do a D&E section. It is scored out of 100. Then you take that number and you invert it. So say you scored 70. So you invert it, you have 30, and you add that to your lap time in seconds, lowest score wins.
Oh.
So what I envision is that there's 3 different options in the build. There's full out race car, which you're going to do real poorly on the D&E part of it,
Yep.
but hopefully your time can make up for your poor D&E score. There's the middle of the road where you kind of have an okay car both on the track and off the track, and you hope for a decent average score that'll get you an all right low time. Or like the show car build that also does not so great on the track, but it's the show car build.
Yep. So
And you score real well and you don't get a lot of time added onto your lap time and hope that you can win that out.
so Lambo doors it is.
So like so the Cavaliers McPherson strut.
Yes.
And so if you slam this thing down into the ground, it's not going to handle as well. Looks better, doesn't handle so hot. Little things like that, you know?
They still don't.
You can
sell
strip
body
out
kits?
this. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
They're all over the place.
Oh, yeah. You can strip out the car. You can make this thing weigh whatever, 1,600 pounds, 18, whatever
Yeah.
it is, whatever that low number is. And put a ton of money into the motor and it can just be a rocket ship, but you're going to score like 30 points, and when that's inverted, you get 70 added onto your time, and that's going to hurt. That's going to be hard to come back from. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, so if you want to, put racing seats and a roll bar and
Well, you can have that stuff.
Yeah.
It just has to look good, work well.
yeah.
You're not going to buy a circle track car that's been through hell and back and doesn't have a single straight body panel on it and expect to do well in D&E.
Who's judging this?
I was thinking that the other competitors judge, but I don't know that I don't know that we can do that without bias.
We need other people.
Maybe
We'll figure that out.
Yeah, I mean that's immaterial. That's easy down the road stuff.
Yeah.
But that's my idea,
All right.
and
Well, I do need a winter project.
I like the idea a lot because I think that you could get real weird with it.
Oh yeah.
Get real, but it'll be cool in the process.
Did you find some?
I'm looking for Alero coilovers, just
Okay.
out of curiosity.
Are you gonna be able to off the shelf that thing?
No, probably not.
Might have to rephrase the wording on that one then.
I might.
Yeah, because if there's not an option, nobody will run Aleros. There's no point in having them in the
Right.
Yeah.
in the running. Everybody will just run Cavaliers.
That's true. And I think that the D&E portion of it, the Cavaliers are going to be a lot easier to make show cars because there's
Whatever.
a lot more options out there.
Just VIP my Alero.
I mean, whatever you want to do.
I don't want to do that.
If you're going to weigh it down, that's fine.
Nah, I'll be fine. It's just cloth.
See, that's where it gets interesting.
Ah, man, I'm just gonna race out a Cavalier. You just wait.
So
It's gonna be too.
So does it get judged at every competition?
yeah, you can change
So
it
every time
You can
it's
change
not
it every
one event. Yeah. Well, my point is, do you get penalized or whatever points applied at one event or at all?
you'd
the
almost have to judge at every event, which kind of sucks. Because it really only works in the festival atmosphere if we're talking about a Grid Life series specifically. Which I feel like we could do this with any of our local groups,
Yeah.
the MyDiv and stuff like that. But if you were doing the D&E portion of it, then the show has to be in every event or it can't exist at all. Because otherwise, the people who have chosen the show build to lean towards the show build are not going to do well at every event except the one with the show, and that's not going to bode well for a season standing unless we make it significantly more heavy towards the show for that one weekend.
Right.
Ooh, Tien makes some pretty cheap.
They used
Coilovers?
to make coilovers for they have like this, if I remember the brand or the name right, it was Power like EDFC, I think. And it was like literally controllable from a controller inside the car ride height. It wasn't airbags.
Right.
It was just changing of the ride height on the fly.
Oh, the ground control ones?
I think, yeah, something like that. That Tien used to make. And
Or no, ground control makes an adjustable coilover sleeve thing for
Yeah.
the Cavalier.
yeah, that goes around like a Coney Red or something like that.
Yep.
They
So
make
that
they
would
make
be
that
an
for
option also.
They make those for the Omni as well. They make those for a lot of things. I'd be surprised if they don't make that for an Alero, frankly. You might have to dig through some parts catalogs for a while, but it probably existed.
Bet you can find some eBay coilovers somewhere. You're just
That'd be
looking
good
for,
enough
something,
for
for
this.
something cheap. Well, just to
Yeah.
lower the car a couple inches, 2-3 inches. I mean, that might be worthwhile to. It would be better, trust me, than whatever stock shit's on it that's never been upgraded.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Or you could just get some lowering springs.
I bet you
too.
could get some like Coney Reds that fit on it, or Coney Yellows, something like that. Some, a lot of cars, like especially autocross, have been surprisingly successful on a reasonably cheap shock when they use a good shock to begin with,
Right.
like a Coney Yellow. So there's options,
All right.
and they have a slight power advantage. So if you can get the weight out, you might have something.
So I could strip interior.
I mean, you might take a hit in the D&E section.
What if I build a dope race car though? Super dope.
Yeah.
Get some points back.
Yes,
Yeah, if you
absolutely.
shave and tuck. and
All race cars are show cars.
Right. That's
all
what I'm
race
saying.
cars can be show cars.
are show cars.
No. I've seen a lot of...
Take a race car to a show, I'll look at it.
Well, that's fair. But that doesn't mean it's going to do well.
No, I didn't say that. It's at the show. It's a show car.
Well, anything can be a show car then.
Nope.
My Blazer can be a show car with that definition.
Nope.
Just at a show.
No. Race car, at show car.
But will it do well? Two different stories.
Yep.
Might.
Bonus points for being a race car.
No,
Yep.
not in this situation.
Yep.
Not in this situation.
These are judged. This
Yeah,
is judgmental. I can do whatever
Guess
I
we'll have
want.
to find the judge.
Yep.
The right judges.
Oh, now we're biased.
So,
They make a Cavalier. Ooh, they do make a Cavalier roll bar, I think, here.
I would imagine they have to.
Roll cage, kid.
someone makes like a halfway decent bolt-in. I'm sure Auto Power makes one, right?
Yeah, I would imagine they would have to.
A lot of people use them for drag cars.
True. Auto power, right here.
But there's...
Yep.
I don't
$800.
know anything about the Alero necessarily, but like there were some interesting parts that were made for the Cavalier. So GM Performance Parts made like a couple of concept vehicles that like try and get people enthused about the Cavalier to buy it and bought it and market it to youngins.
The children.
Yes, and I knew a guy back in my Cavalier days who was a local to me in Sioux City that somehow ended up with the lip kit off of one of those cars, and then was making reproductions of them somehow. And like that's kind of cool. It's like a real limited part. If you had the original one, like
No kidding.
and there were some people out there that were making like some carbon fiber interior parts for them. And
There's ricer parts for these all over
there's
eBay.
plenty of ricer parts for them. I mean, it's not quite like at the Honda level where they're literally everything you could imagine has probably been made at some point.
No, but they're
or like the
close.
240 level, but like there was a lot of parts for that car in its heyday.
Yeah, they're still out
And
there.
you know what? The hunt is as much of the fun as anything.
Yeah, Andy's Autosport still has to sell a bunch of this crap.
Yeah, that popped up when I searched for coilovers.
Yeah.
It's on
There's what is it? CavalierWorld.com or
Oh my
something like
gosh.
that. It's a thing.
Bro, there's an Alero forum. Just telling you.
Hey, we
There
got
was an
resources.
entire
That's all
forum.
that matters.
Like a website, JBOI, JBody or JBO, the JBody organization, JBody.org. That was a forum. Zach Burt
awesome.
asked me if I was on that forum. He was like, maybe we ran into each other. And I was like, nah, I always lurked. I was boring.
No, we need someone to just buy one so that we have to do it. That's the thing.
Well, that's why I tried to make it both because I do think that those cars could be competitive against each other.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that.
pretty well. I don't think that.
It's whatever.
Yeah. Because they're similar sized cars and stuff like that. I think they'd be fine together.
I think I need about another $500 daily, don't you think?
This is a good
Cavalier.
place to start.
Save you some gas.
Yeah. It'll pay for
That's
itself.
reasonable.
in,
That's what I'm
no
saying.
time at all. It's
So-
irresponsible not to
Not
get
to buy
Yeah,
one.
I have
We
to.
gotta go down.
I have to.
We got to go down
Absolutely.
south.
Happy
Try to
birthday to
find
me.
some cars.
Yeah, I can do that.
Apparently, we can fly into the Salt Lake City area, and Josh Carter can pick us up from the airport.
Perfect.
I can probably have him scope out the car ahead of time.
I do like Salt Lake City.
Problem solved.
I'm in. Any
'Cause he
excuse.
found some what appeared to be rust-free ones that he posted on the group.
I saw that.
I was pretty excited about it. So
I'm in.
next week I will post my rough rule set, and you guys can
Critique it.
tear me apart over it, and see what you think about it.
It's a rough draft, man.
It's supposed-
It's day one.
My primary objective of this is to keep it simple, so that there's lots of options while still maintaining parity.
Good luck.
That's my primary goal here.
This is going to be our legacy, isn't it?
No.
Us swearing a bunch on the internet and then starting a race series for Cavaliers.
For a bunch of
I'm good.
Cars that nobody wants
for a
anymore.
bunch of like
Perfect.
early 2000s or late 90s, early 2000s shitbox GM.
I want it to be period correct though. And by that I mean riced out.
Teriyaki Boys, flashing underglow,
Oh yeah.
stupid vinyl.
Yep.
Trying to pull up.
I am all about this.
Trying to pull up. The
Yeah, like you're
Wikipedia
like
page
an off the shelf modern image vinyl.
Yes.
Just like paint and then one stupid sticker.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm all about this.
What's the pointy Tron man from Fast and the Furious? What is
Iron
it?
Man.
What was that Iron
On
what was-
RX-7, that's an Iron Man.
Is it Iron Man?
I think so. Or are you talking about the Supra?
Yes.
I think the Iron Man is on RX-7, and I don't know what they called the thing on the
The
Supra.
orange one is a Supra.
Yeah, no, but he's talking about what the sticker was.
Right. But I think Iron Man was on the RX-7, and the guy on the Supra was just a guy.
I don't know what they called that one.
I don't know.
I know they're I think they're both from Modern Image. So.
Stupid vinyls.
There is in the scene in Too Fast, Too Furious where they open up the garage doors and they like a whole bunch of cars just pour out of that place and the cops are lost and confused.
In the second one,
totally a Cavalier in that scene.
Yes, there is.
Never paused that scene and looked for it.
It's there.
No, it's there. I did. I was that guy.
I caught it. Like looking, I was like, oh, really?
Wow, Dom's RX-7 looks really dumb.
The drift out version of it looked really cool that we saw.
When you get in there and start looking at those cars, they were not necessarily good.
No, the guy's book where he writes about it is really interesting because they're just clapped out.
So for in-body platform, the cars in the generation I'm looking at here, which appears to be like 97 to 2005, you've got the Alero, the Grand Am, the Oldsmobile Cutlass, the Chevy Malibu. No. Malibu.
No.
Didn't that come with a V6 though?
Yeah.
Couldn't you get that with a V6?
Came with a 3.4 liter V6.
So I can have that?
But an automatic.
Okay.
But I notice, if you really want to be that guy, I didn't say that the transmission and the engine had to stay together. I was leaving that out.
Oh, you can manual swap it. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's
Could you get a manual Malibu though?
No.
That doesn't follow his rules though.
No, you can
No.
manual swap
the engine had to come in that platform.
Oh.
The transmission can swap.
The engine had to come in that platform, which means that any end body could have a V6 or a 4-cylinder, and any J body is basically stuck to a couple of 4-cylinder iterations. So the astute Cavalier fanatic will notice that I'm leaving out first-gen Cavaliers because I think they had V6s in them. I think there was an option for a V6 in the well, I learned today on Wikipedia that what apparently I thought was the first gen is actually the second gen, and that there's an earlier generation than I had originally believed, and that my beloved generation of Cavalier is actually the third.
Oh.
Which I didn't realize.
No one ever called you out on it. So
no one's ever called me out on it, so clearly I'm not the only person who didn't know that. But the squarer of the Cavaliers, I think you could get a V6 in those. But I don't want that years.
No,
I don't want that generation.
Oh god, there was a terrible looking thing.
What?
Looks like a Citation.
The first gen? Yeah, I think it was probably based on the Citation. So, but J-body means you get basically Cavaliers and Sunfires in America.
Okay.
But if you want to pay for and ship in and spend the time to right-hand drive swap and TRD,
be my guest.
That might score you some mad DE points.
Gets my vote.
You know how? That's what I'm saying, man. So it just really depends on how you want to go with your build.
Oh, yeah. This could be my green and gold setup.
Absolutely.
Ooh,
absolutely.
It should be your green and gold setup.
I think bonus points.
Chrome green with some gold rims and some underglow.
I would award bonus points in the D&E section for well-placed themes that are well tied together.
Okay.
And carried throughout.
I got the Cash Money theme. Green and gold.
So you go wherever you want with that.
All right. I'm in.
Shall we move on?
This is my terrible contribution to society.
Yes.
This is what we're going to be remembered for.
This is
our thing now.
This was brought to you by Factor Fabrication.
Factor Fabrication. If you need a watch box, contact Booney. FactorFabrication.com. Factor Fabrication on Instagram.
That sounds like an interesting project, actually. I think that'd
be a good work.
I bet project. Booney would be into that.
I think so.
I guess we'll find out next week when he tells us that we're dumb.
I don't know. Booney seems like he's the type of person who can respect watch, for the engineering behind horology, if you will.
I just mean like he's so busy that he's like, stop being stupid.
Okay, we're just trying to sell him product or products.
I hope somebody comes to me like, hey, 1010's podcast thought you could do this, so I'm coming to you.
At that point, you can't tell him no, right?
Hey, he's got to do it.
He'd probably do it, but like he'd be mad at us, like more mad than he's already mad at you.
I was going to say,
there's no way he's going to get more mad than he's mad.
I was going to say, for whoever does that, please mention me specifically to try and score me some brownie points, because apparently him and I are we're going to.
You just can't stop.
By the time this show comes out, I may be dead.
Yes.
Well, I just think he's going to choke you a little bit.
A lot
Just
of
a
it.
little Brazilian jiu-jitsu. Just put you down for a sec.
I'm gonna bring my rape whistle.
Nope, not gonna work.
I don't think it's gonna work.
You can't blow the whistle when you're choked out.
Damn it! Shit.
It's gonna be like
Just
10
not
or 12
gonna-
people just
not
staring at
gonna-
you. You go, nah, and you fall down.
He brought it on himself.
Yeah.
I'm just not gonna get out of the car.
What's your plan for the cruise? When
Yeah.
you come with Joe?
Yeah, I'm gonna ride with Joe and his Fox body.
Okay. If you're listening to this, you missed it.
Yeah,
You
it's-
nerd.
It's too late.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's fair. But I'm gonna ride with Joe and his Fox so I can focus on navigating and he can focus on driving. And
Okay.
everybody will follow. He's gonna
But
be
it's
the
not a
lead.
rally.
He's
It's
gonna
not
be-
a rally.
Right. It's not a rally.
It's a parade.
Basically, yeah. We're gonna be mindful of speed limits.
Got it.
We'll know where they're at.
We taking the
It's not a direct route, though, correct?
no.
No, I mean it's not like I could have
Way
got
out of
a
the way.
lot. I could have got a lot more windy, but then it
Yeah.
just got long and complicated, and even I would get lost in it eventually.
Oh, that's not fun then.
So it's a relatively direct while still being interesting path.
Did your RX-7 run?
Yeah, no.
No,
Ah, damn it.
we'll get into that.
Oh, that's right.
There is a well, there could still be a cannonball option.
Yeah.
Except you guys won't know the route.
We
You
know where
posted
we
it.
know where we're going.
That's no fun.
I know, but it's
It's not.
You can't just
It's not
let me-
about the journey. It's about the destination.
You can't just let me have one fucking day where you
get
just
all the
work
other
with me.
people. It's just me and Robbie,
Jesus
and probably Bill.
Christ. For sure, Bill.
Yeah, he's gonna win.
Bill will be on the interstate doing $1.90.
Allegedly,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
This has already happened, so
true. Yeah, it allegedly happened.
I don't know.
It'll be a good time.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
We'll
looking forward-
follow the rules.
Looking forward to it.
We'll follow the rules.
Yeah, it's just hanging out. Then
Yep.
party at the 1010's mansion.
1010's mansion afterwards.
Yep. Everyone's invited.
Oh snap!
I know, but because this is coming out after the fact, it's too late.
You missed it.
You missed it.
So he can pick and
Oh,
choose. So
yep.
if you didn't get
Open invite
if
to
you're-
my house.
if you're listening,
Saturday.
if you're listening to this right now,
you missed it.
and you were at the event yesterday or maybe the day before, and you didn't get an invite, well, it sucks to suck.
Yep. Sorry, bro.
Should have known about it.
Yep.
Should have known.
We talked about it. We've been talking about it since Tuesday.
We talked about it since Tuesday. You just were out of the loop.
Yep.
Ouch.
Open invite. Party at my place.
Bam.
It was.
Now you can't say
it
Robbie's
was-
not social.
It was yesterday.
Shall we move on?
Let's.
So I did some drifting last weekend.
Did you?
I did.
Nice.
But it'd be a weekend ago now. It was fantastic. It was not as bad outside as it could have been.
It
No,
looked
I
like-
think you got a decent day.
It was like
even.
15 degrees warmer in Omaha than it was in Des Moines.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So it was like a really
bad.
nice
Yeah, it
day
wasn't
then.
even that bad here.
No, it was.
No,
Like
it
50s.
was
Relatively
literally
pleasant.
like 15 degrees warmer there. So it really wasn't that bad, but a little bit windy. But
Yeah.
it was a good time. All the boys were there. Zach Burt was there, as you
Nice.
can see from the picture, with his turbo LS RX-7.
Is it turbo now?
Oh yeah, hell yeah, it is.
Perfect.
It's
Is it a wild machine?
Is it quick?
it's pretty
Yeah,
quick.
like, real
He's
quick.
he's messing with it. So he's just running wastegate pressure when I was in it because he's still kind of
Did you take a ride?
hell yeah,
Yeah,
hell yeah. It's pretty sick.
that's
I like
cool.
the boost. I like the noise.
Well, yeah,
That's
all
two
about
great
it.
The
noises.
boost and the noise, yeah.
absolutely.
So that was cool. It was cool to see him and all the guys and Trevor and
I saw
Mike.
I think was it 70 drivers,
Yeah,
70 plus.
Yep.
Wow.
That's a hell of a turnout.
it was pretty busy, which is
That's fun.
pretty cool because I got to ride in the party line. So
So you tandemed.
I did tandem. I got to drive by in the party line going, a bunch of nerds.
Did
And
you-
just drive around.
Man.
Did you
I know.
did you
Should've
This
changes.
guy.
did you stay in the back?
Yeah, I stayed in the back.
Okay.
But it was way, way, way too much fun.
Yeah.
I could see why all those guys crashed into each other because it was way too much fun.
Things get real out of control real fast, and next thing you know, you're bumping into each other
Yeah.
on purpose.
Yep.
How did this happen?
Because I got in the tandem line with Zach, and actually my dad was with me when I did my first one, and so I got in the line unexpectedly because there was literally a line of like 15 cars on that back section, and it was only Zach in the tandem line, and I was like, fuck it, I got a roll cage. Screw it. So I got in the line and I like made a sign out the window like lots of space. So I told him, I swear I'll stay way off. And so, but yeah, it was a good time. I got to follow his line and kind of see some things. But yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, it sounds like you went from like, yeah, I can do this to I got this now.
Yeah.
Do you have the hydraulic in there yet?
Nope.
You don't. So
I'm not even opposed to not having it.
really,
Yep. Because I felt
you're gonna be that guy.
I'm gonna put it in there. I think this winter, but I really.
You probably still got a lot to learn.
Yeah, there's still a lot to learn. My transitions are way too hard. I transition really hard, and so I'm trying to figure out how to have more throttle control, so my transitions are a lot softer. Because the guy you watch, like the pro, like there's even certain pros, like their transitions are like super soft. The way they do it, it's the flow of it's really, and mine are super snappy. And when they're snappy, you have a tendency to spin out. So I need to work on just slowing my transition speed down a little bit. I mean, I don't know. I was talking to one of the, like, there's tons of 350Zs all of a sudden, and one of those guys.
Button.
Yeah, well, I don't blame him though.
It's the new S chassis.
Yeah.
One of the guys in that tandem line, he watched me because it was when I was running with Zach, and he said your initiation is really good because I was starting to get really wide with my initiation, where I'd come in real hard to the inside and then flip to the outside.
Oh, nice.
Or just kind of like throwing more and more at it and running the car really hard and like just accelerating extremely hard. And there was one point at the end of the day where I was still giving Zach lots of space because I was following him for most of the day. But it's that red mist thing. It started descending.
Absolutely.
I was like, get that mother! Just started chasing him. He'd take off and I would go after him, and I'd be like, "Oh, okay, that's probably not the greatest idea."
That's how you ruin front bumpers.
Yep,
and
doors and cars,
quarter panels and
all kinds of
rims,
stuff.
apparently.
So, yep, yeah. So I broke a wheel. So the major issue that I had was I started to learn about grip in drift cars. So that was a really interesting thing that was happening, whereas I don't have enough grip in that car, and it's mainly tire related. And so throughout the day, I started dropping tire pressure as I started getting more comfortable with the car and realizing, I need all this grip to change the trajectory of the drift. Like, because I'd get into that turn 3 corner, and that corner changes shape where it gets tighter the farther you go.
Descending radius or decreasing radius.
Yeah, and the problem is if you don't follow that radius, you shoot off over a rumble strip. And that's really hard on stuff. And that was the problem that I was having was
Robbie knows the feels.
The car wouldn't.
A little bit.
I couldn't get the car to grip up and decrease the radius of my drift. You know what I mean? So I'm like drifting. I'm kind of on this constant radius, and then all of a sudden I see the curb coming up, and I go, "There's not really anything I can do about it. Like I can't accelerate and get the car to move forward. Forward and to the right. I can't really slow down. I can't really do anything. And you just kind of shoot off. So you're drifting." And you're just kind of like, I'm screwed. I'm stuck on this trajectory. And then you shoot off the track.
I wonder if that's for, like, applying a little clutch and lifting a little bit, but, like, not too much.
Already lost at that point.
Nope, you're screwed.
I mean,
hammer down. That's one option is to accelerate, but I didn't have any grip, so.
It's just not going to do anything.
But I thought you were supposed to not have any grip. It's drifting.
Exactly.
No, you need grip.
Need that grip. You're also not supposed to brake.
Oh yeah, don't do that. Don't brake.
Don't tell the internet people will tell you that if you brake, that
I braked before. I braked one
brake.
time. I did that wrong.
Yeah. I saw on a Facebook group I'm on yesterday. Someone posted a picture of an RX-8 with this giant BCL wing on the back of it that they saw, and like, I don't understand it. Like, drift cars aren't supposed to have rear grip. It's so stupid. Like,
bro,
not even gonna bother. Not even gonna bother.
Somebody needs to sit that kid down.
It's just not worth it. It's not worth it, man.
So I was dropping tire pressures, which was helping. I think I'm going to go to a 245 next year.
Nice.
In the back and do some real grippy front tires. And that should be enough grip for that car, I think. I'll kind of keep playing with that. I could go down farther probably on tire pressure, but...
You debeated a tire, though, didn't you?
I debeated 2 tires.
So do you think that was...
It's a good thing they had a tire machine.
Do you think that was lack of tire pressure, or were you hitting a curb, or was it...
I think it was everything.
Both?
I think it was... a tiny bit too much stretch on that tire, which is fine because that means I go to a 245 and it's a non-issue.
It'll fit.
Low tire pressure and driving like an absolute maniac all debeated that tire.
Okay.
Because that's the rear tire, and that hit that number 3 curb and blew the tire off. Well, it didn't blow it off, but it like catastrophically debeated it.
Did you debeat a front tire?
I also debeated a front tire, but that was on a different run.
That had to be curb.
That was curb, yeah.
For sure.
Well, no, that was dirt, actually.
Oh, okay.
Dirt got in the front tire.
I don't know that I've ever...
I thought for sure I was going to when I did it.
You need some bead locks, bro.
Get them bead locks.
Hell yeah. Start a new drifting fad.
Bead locks?
Dirt track bead locks.
Maybe.
Some arrow wheels and some bead locks.
Somebody, has run Aero wheels on their drift car before.
Oh, I'm
I've seen
sure.
it.
But I think
pretty
that they have
sweet.
a very limited sizing
Yeah.
availability. I wouldn't be surprised if they're probably all like 15s.
Yeah, I think it was on like a Miata,
or something. Then you could run an Arrow.
4-bolt 240.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I learned a lot. I ruined a wheel. I mean, I ruined a wheel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Catastrophically
I
ruined a wheel.
saw that. That was rough.
Yep. Robbie's got a video of it here.
Those didn't. I mean, you did not.
Ouch.
You didn't let those live very long.
Well, they're used.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
but
It lived a life.
what is that,
Yeah.
like your third event?
On those wheels?
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah.
Maybe second? I don't remember now.
It's not anything
how
worse
many-
than the original owner did to him.
Yeah. How many wheels of those do you have?
Well, 4, but I'm going to buy 2 more from Zach, one of which has a dent in it, but it's not cracked. So
Yeah, you'll have spares. It's
I'm going
fine.
to run that one
Maybe put that one on the front.
and then get 2 more.
You know, man, if you weren't running reps, they wouldn't have broke like that.
Bullshit, dude. If I'd had it like a 3-piece or something and done
It would
that,
have destroyed
it
it.
would have
broke the same-
mangled
it
it.
would've-
It would just cost you more.
3 times as much, at least.
Yeah, that was not a good off when I broke that. That was a nasty crash when I did that.
Yeah, I believe that.
Was it Lake RPM still?
No, it was
Was it-
dry.
was it quite a
yeah,
bit
That's
people,
because they
better?
probably haven't had rain for
people were
weeks.
going off and trying to set the grass on fire. Because Zach went off at one point, and I was like, "That's stinky. You better move. You better
Keep moving,
get the
buddy.
move on."
Keep moving.
It smelled a little sketchy.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, the big highlight was getting to run in the party line.
Man.
I know.
Look at
So-
this guy.
People like Gannon was out there. He saw me in the party line for the first time.
Yep.
He started dancing.
Man,
it was
you're
a
like
good time.
You're leveling up fast.
I am leveling up.
Proud of you.
So how many cars did you end up chasing total? Like, what was the longest line you were in?
Oh, 3.
3?
I wouldn't have done any more than 3 anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't get into the sketchy
You were doing
later
like
day stuff.
You weren't like following up with 9 cars or something stupid.
no, fuck that.
Following Luke and Mike and
Somebody always spins when there's that many cars.
Yeah, yeah. The bad guy's gonna be the one that's gonna collect it too.
Yep. Yeah, he's gonna be the one that ruins his car.
You don't want to lead. You don't want to be the last guy.
No.
Yeah, the lead guy's got to suck because you got to wait for. Hopefully, everybody gets past you, or hopefully you spin off.
Right.
Well, hopefully you don't.
Yeah.
Hopefully you make it through. But if you
Hopefully you
go
finish.
off, hopefully you go all the way
No
off.
pressure.
Yeah, no mistakes for you.
So where do you think you are, like speed wise, for initiation?
Yeah. I guess
Like
what,
as
what
fast
turn,
as
I
that
suppose.
car will go. I didn't do that front section. Did I
The
do that at all?
fastest section,
I don't think I did that at all.
fastest entry, anyway.
Yeah, because the way that they split it up on Saturday, they didn't run that front section hardly at all. So I did mostly the back and that side section, like 9, 10, 11, just kind of back and forth. But I don't know. I mean, it's really hard to tell. I have no idea.
Should you go
Did your
through-
speedometer work?
No.
No.
How many tires did you go through?
I was on my second set when I started getting lifter noise, and I ran it a little farther on the lifter noise, and then I quit at like 4:30.
Yeah.
So 4 tires total then?
Yeah,
That's not.
that's not that bad.
No.
Those Dorals I had that I bought new, those wore really well. So actually, those Nexen N5000s, I think they were, those wore pretty good too. So those are a couple options.
What was the first brand?
Dorals?
Oh, I've never even heard of that.
I don't know them. Hey,
They were
worked.
cheap. Yeah,
That's all that matters.
cheap and they worked.
Yeah, that doesn't matter.
That's
Yeah, if
fair.
you're running all day, that's pretty good.
It seemed like they gripped up a little better than the Nexens too. So I don't know. I don't know what tires I'm going to buy next
Yeah,
year.
so once
I
you
haven't
get to the
decided.
point where actually the grip matters and
Yep.
you're doing
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, I'll probably do like Federal RSRs on the front and then get something in the back. I don't know.
So if I remember right, I think when we talked to Matthew and Luke, like literally 2 years ago at this
Like
point.
episode 26, I think.
Yeah, like way early on. I think I remember Matt saying something about how a lot of times he would get a few heat cycles on steers on the front and then rotate them to the back and burn them off.
Mm-hmm.
And that was how they would rotate those, so that the back tires were more consistent because they had a few heat cycles in them.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So-
people have different philosophies. I think there are people that just like they're either buying steer tires or they're buying drift tires.
Right.
That's what I see most often.
Probably.
Like that's what Michael Gall does, and those guys.
So they run like a little bit nicer, stickier
Yep.
tire up front,
Yep.
and then like a little cheaper, maybe not so sticky tire in the back.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes the most sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Like budget wise.
Yeah, because you know they'll spend decent money on the steer tires because they may last a season.
Right. Like I can understand like Pro 1, Pro 2 guys are going to run good tires front and rear, but we have a budget. As much as we pretend not to.
We do.
Until I win $1.6 billion tonight.
Good luck.
Is that tonight?
Thank you, Robbie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's tonight.
Tuesday.
Is it?
Dude, so the ones at like 1.6 or whatever, and the other one's at 600 mil. I mean, it's not like that one's small either.
No, that's insane.
It's over
Absolutely.
$2 billion if you could win them both.
That's crazy. Well, the odds are 1 in 88 quadrillion.
Yeah. But like
That's
cash,
a real number.
the cash payout on the big one is almost $1 billion by itself. That's the cash payout after taxes.
That's nuts.
If somebody won that by themselves, they literally would be like
They'd be
top 50 richest people in the world, like that.
They'd be dead in 2 years.
2?
Fuck yeah.
Give them half that.
They'd ruin their fucking lives.
Oh, I'd be dead in 6 months.
Yeah,
You
it
can-
would
you
ruin
know what?
your
You can
life.
give me that
It would
much
ruin
money.
your life. It'd be the worst thing to ever happen to
Yeah,
you.
I think so too.
Pray you don't win.
I-
No joke.
I've
You,
got a
you,
ticket.
you,
Pray you
match
don't.
like 4 numbers.
I've got a ticket.
Yeah, just get a nice lump sum of some cash.
Be able to,
but
like,
you're not,
you know,
don't
pay off most of your bills. Most
Yeah,
of your
don't
debt.
you don't want to
Maybe buy
win.
like a nice car, upgrade a house, something
Yep.
like that.
That's
all you need.
the key right there.
Little
Just,
nest
just
egg,
yeah,
move
just enough to better yourself. But
Right. To like
a
get a
bill
little
right off-
bit of a jump start.
Pablo Escobar money?
Yep.
No.
It'll ruin your life.
I don't know. I think Pablo Escobar lived his best life.
He
No,
definitely lived his
he
best
did not
life.
live his best life.
What are you talking about, Robbie?
Are you
Pablo
fucking
Escobar?
kidding me?
He was hiding his whole life.
Yeah, but
In a prison that he built. He built his own prison.
Fair enough.
he lived an awesome life, Robbie.
For a while, yeah, I'm sure.
The best life for
I haven't
sure.
watched the whole Escobar series or whatever it's called. I don't remember what it's
He
called.
had a bunch of sweet
Narcos. There we go.
cars
Yeah,
and
yeah.
sweet boats and sweet houses.
Hey, you're always hiding though.
Was he though?
Wasn't he?
Was he?
Wasn't he? He got caught. It's really all that matters.
Yeah. Well, don't get.
Wasn't he
caught.
like the equivalent of a senator for a
Isn't
while?
he dead?
Well, now.
Well, yeah, but that was like 50 years ago.
I don't know.
That wasn't.
I'm
that
not
was
up
in
on
the
my
80s.
drug lords right now.
It was in the 80s, so like 30 years ago.
What are you talking about? What are you doing other than watching Netflix?
Yeah.
I read books.
That's
which is
dumb.
funny because I read Blow, which is
You don't remember? Damn it.
oh well.
He was too busy fantasizing about how awesome it would be.
That's why I can't do it because I know I'd freaking love it. No joke.
yeah,
in,
well-
in college, I was like, "Nah, I hate marijuana." Oh, dude, for real, you would love cocaine. Like, I'm not doing that. I don't need to
Get that shit
know.
away from me,
Yeah,
man.
for
What the
real.
fuck. Yeah.
I don't do the drugs because I don't want to ruin my life.
College, man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So speaking of ruining my life. No, okay.
Let's do it.
So no, I think my cam bearing went.
Oh, really?
Very-
could be worse.
It's noisy. Yeah, it's not that big a deal.
It just means you got to put a bigger cam in it.
Well, I got to take it apart, which I wasn't really looking forward to doing.
It sounds like that was the theme for the weekend was engine projects for the
Yep,
winter.
Michael Gall, Ringland, let go, makes really nasty, smoky.
He's got an RB, right?
Yes,
Okay.
so he could have blown up
240.
something more expensive.
Yep.
And Luke's engine does ticky things as well.
And I asked him about it, and he said he hasn't looked at it yet because he's scared.
And then, when did you ask him?
That was last night.
Well, I was
Monday.
talking to him at the same time about how, because we looked at my car and we thought it was a lifter or a valve spring because it was making a ticky noise. And now there's sparkly things in the oil, so that's why I think it's cam bearing and some oiling problems. So, but,
Guess
but
you
my
really
engine,
were-
my engine had 120,000 miles on it, and I think his had 140. So,
Oh, I didn't realize it had that many miles.
yeah,
Yeah, you can't be mad about it.
no,
It lived a life.
It was a
Longer
budget.
life than your rims, I bet.
It was a budget build.
it lived a lot longer. It was in a police car for a while.
Yep.
Who knows what it did?
Yeah,
They're-
who knows
It's
what
got
it
a
is.
like-
story.
They idle a lot, and I don't think
Yeah.
that's necessarily good on
No.
things.
No, especially like lubrication, internal lubrication.
Yeah.
No.
That's
Especially in and around the
terrible.
cam area, from what I've heard.
It's
So-
yes. Yep.
Yeah.
And then it was owned by an old man.
Which could probably be argued as being equally as bad.
Yeah, I could have just sat, which is horrible.
And then I refreshed it and put it in there, and that was
and then
that.
beat the snot
Beat the
out of it.
living piss out of it.
The way it was
It's
meant
literally
to be
just
driven.
in third, like all day long.
That's like like the first time I went to Solo Nationals, I realized I don't use my rev limiter nearly enough.
Apparently not.
Because those guys, like when before I went there, I would hit that rev limiter and I'd lift and I'd be in and out of it. No, they just whop, bop, 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 bop.
Stand on it.
Fuck it, man. That's what it's for, right?
I guess.
I'm all about that rev limiter life.
And then when I'd hit the rev limiter and I could feel the car starting to straighten up, clutch kick it and just keep going.
Love it.
Did a little tried doing a little manji on the front.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Just,
Look at
just
you,
chuck
man.
it in there, dude. I was clutch kicking and it was great.
He's living his best life right
now.
Living
My best
dude,
life.
Robbie.
Yeah.
Look at him.
Kicking it and throwing it in sideways, all kinds of crap, Robbie.
That's awesome.
You should build a drift car.
That's my new favorite term now. I don't know why.
Well, Adam kind of ruined it by saying I had to get a Cavalier now.
You have to do,
so I gotta do like
whatever
3 things.
you want,
Dude,
Robbie.
Miata's like $4.
If anything,
US.
That's true.
about the only thing cheaper than Miatas are Cavaliers.
That could get too really cheap.
He doesn't have to do what's
You don't
the
have-
240 is a drift car,
You do, yeah.
and then the
Yeah.
Cavalier is
yeah,
a race car.
why is
You
he-
have the drift car already.
You said yourself that you wanted a cheaper car to go racing with because you didn't.
No.
This checks
And-
the Cavalier
No.
checks all
And
the
also,
boxes.
you wanted a car
Or
that
the
wasn't
Malibu.
such a wild build.
No.
Yes, it checks all. It
I was
literally checks
I
all
literally,
the things that you wanted.
I said stock engine came in that platform, which means you're not going to get hit with points for engine swaps. You'll be in a
There are
perfectly
people that are
reasonable
gonna
class.
be in this race series that are way better than we are.
And-
so there's no
yeah,
point
and
in
the thing
spending
is,
a whole bunch
the
of money
thing
on
is,
it.
like,
No, I
so,
get that. I get
so
that.
their Sunday Cup or whatever that was spec fit, but they're trying to open it up to have more cars in it.
Yeah.
I think that's a 25-to-1 power to weight ratio. We're better than that. We're gonna be faster, Robbie.
Perfect.
Race car.
It's cheaper than Spec Fit, allegedly.
It should be.
Potentially. Depends on how wild you go.
Yeah. No, you get a Cavalier at that price, and I don't want to thrash the 240, so then I can get another just a cheaper.
Yeah, so you go
just,
drifting.
Just kick the piss out of the 240. You're not going to crash into anybody for like 2 years. It's going to be fine.
You don't have
literally-
the right
You don't
cage.
have to crash into people anyway.
I don't need to crash into people to break it.
What's the worst that's going to happen? I broke one wheel. I broke like a
hit the
$150
wall.
wheel.
and a motor, but
Yeah. Details.
I'm gonna have to put a new cam in it. Oh,
We'll be all right. I got plans.
Just drift the 240.
you don't want to drift an FRS.
No, I don't.
That would be way worse.
Yeah, and Miatas aren't really that good at drifting.
No, they're not.
So the 240 is the right option.
No, I agree with
It's
that.
the right
I'm
power
not
plant,
disagreeing
it's
with
the
that.
right
I need to-
transmission. It
It
already
has
has
the
the right
correct
parts
look.
on it.
It's got the right look. Looks important.
I agree.
You just need
I need
some
to
underlook.
learn on something less powerful and less
Disagree.
learn on an overbuilt car. Just learn on an overbuilt car.
That's where he's at.
It's great.
And look where he's at. He's party lining.
I was in the party line.
Yeah.
Just floor it. Just
All right.
what's
YOLO,
the worst that's going to
Robbie.
happen? You're going to hit the tires.
YOLO.
No, I hit the fucking barricade.
Did you see what happened to Trevor's car?
Dude, what happened to Michael's
Bounce
car?
right off.
I saw what happened to Mike's car.
Yeah.
Mike's car is
He's got a beautiful car.
Slightly screwed.
And then
Did you see Trevor's car though?
No.
It's very bad as well.
His car looks good.
You're not helping the case here.
Looked good.
Looked good. Did you
No,
see the dent in his car?
I haven't seen the post. I
Oh,
only
somebody
saw
ran into
the-
his door.
I only saw the pre.
Somebody ran into
He had
his
a real
door.
good
It was a
looking
very
car because I haven't
disruptive
seen
day.
it. I haven't seen it in its current iteration before.
Yeah,
So this was the first time I'd seen it. Looks good. Looked good.
looked good. Somebody ran into it big time.
What is it with him and getting crashed into?
He's got the worst
He said
luck.
he crashed into Bert. So
Oh.
that
Oh, I thought Bert crashed into him.
no, he ran into Bert.
Well,
Are you looking? Are you trying to find it?
trying to, but I might not
guess-
have the right guy.
you win
You
some,
have to
you
go to
lose some, right?
Instagram probably.
No, that's
find
probably
it.
true too. I got the video of Michael, but
Yeah. it's too much work.
Play the video of Michael so that
all right, hold on.
the
so
world can
that's,
see. I didn't see his car either because I don't spend any time on Instagram, so I didn't see a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, Michael's beautiful S13.
you got to watch this line that
He's got like
goes horribly wrong.
He's got like a Rocket Bunny kit on there or something silly, doesn't he?
Yeah, he did.
And an RB. It's quite
Rocket
a
Bunny
car.
and an RB. Yep.
That's quite a car. It's pretty sweet.
I was talking to him. I think he's going to do something.
I'm sure he'll do
He's going to
something.
have to do something different.
Like a V8.
Oh yeah, here we can
Potentially.
Yeah.
You got to play it for the fans, Robbie. Nobody
Robbie,
can see
Robbie,
it.
no one can
Nobody
see
can
this.
see what you're doing.
Robbie, come on.
Oh yeah, hold
come on.
I can only
Robbie.
hear it.
Yeah. There we go. Now we can see. Well, the YouTube can see.
Manjing
things.
now.
Oh God. Oh God!
And that's exactly why I don't want to take the 240 out.
You always go, but you don't have to manji. He was
Or you
hauling.
don't. He was entering that hard.
He was hauling ass.
He was going 80. He thought he said when he hit it.
Holy shit!
Yeah, 80 and then up against the fucking wall.
It looks like he
caber.
bounced right back onto the track and kept going.
Into the grass. Far the fuck away from the track.
I feel like he could have
No.
made that work.
No, sir. No. And that's
Luke
that's
did
why
the
I
same
don't-
thing though. He just missed the wall.
Where is that?
That's the end of the straight.
So that's into turn
Front
one.
straight.
No, turn 11.
Yes, turn 11. The little mini straight.
Is that the
Yeah,
last?
Right in front of the grandstand.
Oh, so that's the fast section.
Yeah, yeah. So
That's 11's the last corner on that track, right?
yeah, right. Yeah.
Okay.
No, 11's the corner coming on to the area in front of the grandstands.
Oh, so
That's
it's
12,
the
13,
entrance
14.
into the. When you say front straight, I think the
the
one
drag
that
race
runs
straight.
Yeah,
parallel
no,
to the
you're
drag
Not
straight.
after
Right.
turn 1. No,
Okay,
the one after turn
I'm
11.
with you now. So that was the
Yes.
fast entry section
Right.
that you did not run this weekend.
Right, and he just whipped it super hard, and
So that was probably Sunday then.
Yeah, I think so.
that was Sunday. Yeah,
Well,
It's destructive.
it's a good way to go out though. You know, it's the last event of the year. Fuck it.
crash into everybody. Call it a
Yeah.
day. Blow up your
Live
shit.
your best life, Robbie.
Live your best life, Robbie.
Yeah. I think I'd rather have 3 cars in the garage.
Or 2.
I mean, that's a life.
240 and a Cavalier. And
240
an
Cavalier.
Avalanche.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, and an
4,
avalanche.
and
3.
4.
I bet the Cavalier is lighter than the 240, and it will be easier to tow to Gingerman when we do
That was not the issue.
Spec Bob Lutz. I'm just, it doesn't
I'm
hurt though.
driving mine.
He's driving his.
Well,
Fuck it.
fine. We'll figure it out. I got stuff. I got stuff set aside for the winter.
That was another reason I didn't want boost. Is
Yeah.
reliability.
That's fine.
Those 2.4s eat through water pumps the way it is. Let's not make things worse.
Fair enough.
That's what they're notorious for.
Water pumps?
Eating
So
water
you just got to
pumps
make sure
and
you
then
got water in
being
them.
really hard to get to when you need to replace it, apparently.
Oh,
Oh, we'll pay the
Timing
rest.
belts and water pumps, apparently. Which apparently is my life because
Yeah,
that's what
no
the
kidding.
1.8T was known for. Timing belts and water pumps.
Don't.
So,
my plan is,
yeah.
I
So
think
what
I'm
are we
just
going to do?
I think I'm gonna roadkill swap it
Meaning
and just like find another engine,
put
it in
another
there.
LT in there?
Yep, and then
I was kind of wondering if you were going to Jay-Z.
no,
No?
nah, because I'd have to get a different transmission.
Oh, that's right. I didn't
Yeah,
think
that'd
about that. That's a good point.
Your costs would go up much faster.
I think so. Yeah, but then I'm gonna build my Mighty Mouse small block. I want to build
Oh,
like
that's
a,
right.
I
You
want to
wanted to
build a
build
real
like a
nasty little small block.
Like Gen 1 small block or Gen
show the
2
kids,
small
show
block,
the kids
probably.
what's up.
I
Show
like
those
it.
damn LS kids what's happening.
I like where your head's at.
You should put a big
But they're
block
cheap.
in it. They're 454. Except that they're not cheap anymore.
What's that?
Like a big block.
No, big block wouldn't be cheap.
No, put a small block in there. Go to some swap meets with me. We'll
I
build
want to
you
put like a
motor.
600 lift cam in it.
Put one of those like
With some 1.7 roller rockers.
Yeah.
like that EFI kit your dad has. Is that what you're thinking?
Yep.
I can't remember what
I
that's
want to make
called
like
now.
450 horsepower and be really annoying.
What's that? What is that company?
FI Tech.
Yeah, FI.
But now Holly's got one.
Fast
That's a
has one.
grand.
Holly has one. Fast has one. Yep.
But the Holly one's only $1,000 now.
Yeah, they're coming down because more people have them.
Yep. So,
Self tuning.
yes. That's what I want to do.
That would be
That's nice.
good.
Yep.
Will that work on your trans?
Yep.
You don't have to do anything different.
Nope.
Perfect.
I really don't have to do anything different. The only thing I have to do is make room for the distributor. That's it. But it bolts in the same engine mounts.
That's nothing a death wheel can't solve.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just going to cut a hole in it.
Don't you already
That's
have
what I would
like
do.
kind of a hot small block sitting in your garage right outside the door here?
I don't know what's wrong with it, but yeah.
I mean,
That probably-
you've been talking
that'll-
about
that'll
putting a
come out of
Jay-Z
that.
in that, so
That'll come out of there anyway because I'm going to rob the heads off of it. And then, yeah.
yeah, because
So
I
I just need a
remember
short block,
you put
really.
you put some heads on there,
Yep.
some decent heads on there.
Yep. It's got aluminum heads on it.
You can put some boost in it, maybe.
No, not yet.
What kind of power do you want?
450.
You can try and do that, NA.
That should be no problem, and
Bro, do you even know David Freiberger?
You've been watching too much Engine Masters lately.
Yeah.
Is that what you're telling me?
All I got to do is port and polish.
yeah, it should be no
Just got to port and
problem.
polish for like
yeah, how hard can it possibly
6 hours.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Just like 6 to 12 hours of port and polish. A big cam.
Yeah.
Some compression, maybe.
Some compression.
And E85.
And E85, and it's done.
You got it.
It'll be surprisingly inexpensive. And then I don't need to have any more tuning done.
Is the famous last words.
Just gotta get one of those GM short blocks.
Yep.
Call it good. So anyway, that's my
cool.
plan. And then probably run an AccuSump to try to avoid any future problems.
Yeah, no kidding.
How much are those? What is that? What's the damage on one of those?
So the cylinder is only $250.
So that's not an actual dry sump system, is it?
No, it's just a pressurized cylinder that when the oil pressure drops, it forces more oil into the engine. That's all it does.
Okay, so it's standalone from, like, you don't need a special pump and a special pan and all that.
No, it's literally just a tube with a cylinder in it that's got air pressure on it, and it just shoves the oil out of the cylinder. And then when the oil pressure comes back up, it moves the other direction and moves back into the cylinder.
Are those universal?
Yeah.
To some extent?
Yep.
So you could put those in, like, a 1984 Dodge Omni or something silly?
Absolutely.
Huh. I've never really looked into them. I see them.
Yeah.
I don't know how they actually worked officially.
The goofy thing is I'm trying to figure out is whether or not you need this little 12-volt valve or not, because it makes sense that you would, because it runs off the ignition. So if you shut the car off, obviously the oil pump's not making any pressure, but the cylinder's still pressurized, so it's going to shove oil back into the engine, which doesn't sound ideal.
No,
but if
probably
you have the little pressure or the little 12-volt ball valve, it shuts the valve when you shut the ignition off, so that the tube still stays pressurized. So.
But then, if you key the car but don't start it, it would open that valve, wouldn't it?
Probably, yeah.
I'd almost want that on a switch, maybe.
You put it on a switch.
And then
I mean, some people literally put it on a ball valve where, like, get in there, start the car, have your, if you're drag racing or whatever, have your guy go over and hit that thing.
I probably wouldn't do that, though.
It wouldn't work very well for drifting.
No.
But yeah, you can put it on a switch.
I think I would want it on a switch, for sure. Have you ever seen those before, Robbie?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Haven't really looked into them, but yeah,
No.
I'm aware of them.
They hold 2 or 3 quarts, depending on what you want to do. So I'm trying to
Are
figure
those
out.
motors known for oiling issues or anything like that?
They just don't have very high oil pressure from the factory. I don't
That
know
was
what
an
the deal
SR
is.
thing, too, wasn't it?
Yeah, mine was really low.
Didn't they, like...
I don't know if they all are that way, but mine was always...
dangerously, almost,
Mine
it
were
seems
always,
like.
Mine were dangerously
Yeah,
low.
that's how that LT was when it was hot, is it would get really low idling oil pressure, but it would make pressure when you
What
spun the
was it?
pump.
Were you running that Lucas oil stabilizer in it?
Yeah, I was running Lucas Oil and 2050 in it, and it's still
Oh, wow.
Damn, son.
Holy cows.
Yep.
Holy cows.
So it was
When you say dangerously low, what are you talking, like...
10 at
10?
idle.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a little rough.
That's a
But the GM spec, which could have been full of shit, but the GM spec is on the LT1 is what was it, 1 pound per 100 RPM.
My dad, I can't remember what it is. My dad said something along that line as a rule of thumb as well.
So
I
I
don't
didn't-
remember what that number is, though.
Didn't panic about it very much because that's about what it was.
Right. You idle about, 800 RPM or whatever.
Yep, and it made like 8 or 10 pounds, and you go, I don't know.
So under throttle, does it pull up?
Yeah, it would pull up to like
40?
30 or 40. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where most of my GM stuff runs at is 40 PSI.
But the LSs run like 40 pounds all the time.
all the time.
It's a different style of oil pump.
Yeah,
It doesn't really
the lowest I've ever seen it was like 30.
It doesn't really go up and down with RPM.
No.
My
not- I mean,
Trailblazer didn't.
it does, but not really. I mean, when it's real cold, it'll be like up to 60. The Avalanche does the same thing. Yeah, it's almost identical.
Is it still a mechanical fuel or oil pump?
Mm-hmm.
It's not electrically driven.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'll say the Avalanche and the 240 almost are identical.
Wonder how they manage that.
I don't
I don't know. I don't understand. It's a
thrash-
different style of pump.
Right,
That's all
but
I
how do
know.
they manage that?
I don't know.
You,
The
'cause
Trailblazer did the
You'd think
exact
it'd
same
have to go up as it spins faster. That only makes sense,
I don't know the rules, man.
Right.
So-
The mysteries of GM things.
That's right.
Absolutely. We'll be exploring that more when we start factory.
Spec.
Spec Bob Lutz.
Spec Lutz. I feel like we need Bob Lutz in there because you say Spec Lutz, and for whatever reason, my head instantly goes to Lutz race cars.
Yeah.
the Drag Week and Street Outlaws guy.
That's where mine goes to.
Yeah.
So I feel like it
we
needs-
should honor Bob Lutz for his contribution.
it needs Spec Bob Lutz. And this just dawned on me. This might be our route towards talking to Bob Lutz.
When we start our Bob Lutz racing series and he sues us and asks us to stop.
Yeah, then we
So
can have
this is
ask if he wants to be on the show.
Would you be interested in coming on the show when this is all said and done?
We'll call it something else.
But just
Will you come on the show?
yeah, absolutely. I think that Bob Lutz would be into it. I don't think he would sue us.
No, I don't.
I think he would be honored.
Well, we're not
With
making
such
anything on
timeless classics.
Yeah, we're not making any money off of it, so
No,
unless we start
we don't make
like
money on anything.
holding our own track days,
it. Right.
Even then, we'll still find a way to lose money on it.
Yep.
I'm sure that we would.
Without question.
Shall we move on to the news?
Yeah, let's do it.
You can buy a ZR1 crate motor, which this solves my problem. I'll
Yeah,
just buy
no
one of
kidding.
these.
Yeah, problem
755
solved.
horsepower. man.
755 horsepower.
Right out the
Very
gate.
many monies.
I don't know what
Not
that,
very many
I don't know
monies.
what that car would do.
You don't
with,
think it's that much?
Less than 27,000. I'll guarantee
Seems
that.
like a lot of money.
But, for 750 horsepower,
Well, I don't know.
with a warranty?
relatively. Yeah, let's make this.
Yeah, it does
relative
come
here.
with a warranty. That's fair. So,
If I had too much money, I would do it.
Because say the LT, the non ZR1 or whatever is
Z06
Yeah.
maybe the LT.
the LT5. The LT4.
Or
is-
no, LT4.
The
yeah.
LT4 is 13,000.
So this is an LT5, I think. Then?
Yes, correct.
So I can't be that much more. 20, maybe
20
out
is
the
my
gate,
guess.
out the box.
I wonder if you could buy the Z06 motor and somebody else like a Pro Charger and make more power for less money.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think ProCharger was selling that idea.
Yeah, because they were all about it. They were
Yeah.
like for a long time, like that was what they did. Was they on their social medias they posted videos of people pulling off what they referred to as the heat pump
Yep, the heat pump.
and putting on their manifold and centrifugal blower and making more power than the stock unit without the heat issues. That was like their thing
Right.
for a long time.
Maybe that's the way to go.
Get an LT1 and put their blower on it.
Right.
What's an LT1 crate engine cost?
$6,000.
No,
it's
it's
gotta
not that
be-
cheap.
It's gotta be more than
7,900.
Oh, I
I was
wasn't
gonna say
as
it
far
can't be
off.
too bad if the Z06 motor's
13.
13.
$7,900 for 460 horsepower seems.
Is that shipped?
It's dry sumped.
Yeah.
If it's in the Corvette motor, if it's a Corvette motor, yeah. Even like the C6, I don't know if it's just the Z or what it is, but some of them were dry sumped.
Yeah, so basically what you're telling me, I could get an SR20 for like $3,000, or I could just
Or you could make 300 more horsepower,
for like twice the money.
twice the money. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you could buy two SRs, put one on the front and one on the back,
And then but then it's
and use it.
that's not how that works.
Use it as a backup.
And hope
when
that
your
one
first
works.
SR.
Oh, we just keep twisting the knife. Someone's like, God damn it.
Oh, we knew who that someone is too. There's like 3 of you who won't drop it,
So we won't drop it.
so fuck it.
Oh man. Camaraderie.
So,
Much
yeah,
love.
that's interesting. Not that much. Love.
Yeah, I'm curious what these are gonna cost.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just I'm surprised that they're putting that one out as a crate motor.
They should put them all out as crate motors. Just sell
Yeah,
them.
but a lot of people don't. And I feel like if you're going to leave one out, that would probably be the one I would leave out.
Yeah, I suppose.
Just because it's like your Halo car, right? Like that's the end all be all.
Right.
So
and
like
if you
maybe
want it, you want
we don't want that to end up in the hands of a bunch of like
the Mustang.
skitty boys
Yeah.
doing silly things on
God,
weekends.
that'd be great though.
So
Yeah,
It's like the only thing that GM does well is their crate engine program.
I
yeah.
don't know. I think their Corvette program in general is pretty well put together.
Corvettes are good, and they're crate engines, and that's about it.
Yeah.
It's hard to argue with that logic.
Yep. Shall we move
I
on?
mean, they just fit in everything, man. They fit better in the.
I assume they still make LS crate motors
Yeah.
Oh,
I think,
yeah.
yeah.
because they're not.
That's what Matt did in his 240. He just bought a crate engine.
Yeah, he bought an E-Rod, I think,
Yeah, I think so.
which is like carb legal and stuff.
Yes. He also crashed his car.
I saw that.
Everybody was
His-
crashing cars.
His wasn't quite so bad though. I mean, it sucks,
Nope.
but
you cannot buy a new car with an LS in it anymore, right? Is that true? They're all LT based now.
Yes.
Is that an accurate statement?
Yes.
Without
Even
doing
the
any
trucks.
research,
I haven't looked
Even
at
the
any.
unable
trucks,
to back
yes.
it up.
Yes.
Yeah, so I haven't looked at any of the new stuff to tell you that for sure.
But they still do make brand new motors for crate engine use.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm fairly certain.
I would assume so.
Let me see
I don't
here.
see why
LS
they wouldn't.
crate.
I guess I don't know if they're brand new, recently assembled.
Ooh,
but
you
I
can get an
still buy them.
LS1
Yeah.
for $7,000,
Juan,
or an LS3, I guess, to be
Yeah.
the one that Matt
I would
bought
buy the LT for that.
for the extra
At that
$800.
Isn't that more power?
Not much.
Significantly less.
30 more horsepower.
Significantly less aftermarket support, though.
Right.
Currently,
Yeah, it's only 30 horsepower less, but it's
That's not too bad.
$700.
I
$700 cheaper.
might take the 30 horsepower hit at that point. You could find that somewhere else pretty easily. In an
Yeah, I
LS
would think so.
for less.
It might be a little simpler control as far as ECU control.
Well, there's a lot more options out there
Yep. Definitely.
when you do decide to do silly things.
Yep.
Put Choo Choo Boys on it.
Shall we move on?
Sure.
Ford will make 350 more GTs.
Thus bringing the value down on all of them.
Exactly, dude. If I did their little song and dance, their little horse and pony show, BS that
Yep.
they made everybody jump through all those
Which
hoops
they're
for
still making them do.
to get the first ones,
Yep.
I would be irate.
I'd sue.
Hell yeah!
I think I would
Fuck
sue.
it.
Just
Why
for
not?
the hell of it.
Yeah, they sued John
I was-
Cena for selling it. I'd
If I
sue
was
them
that rich,
for selling
if
them
I was
too.
that rich, I'd sue them.
Technically, they're selling those. If I'm not allowed to, you can't either.
Right.
I think
I
it's
feel
totally
like that's
fair.
fair.
Yeah,
I'd be pissed.
I'd be pissed
they're-
if I was the okay. If they said we're gonna make another 500, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna get one this time, and I put my application in, and then they went, well, we're gonna make 850 of them. I'd be like, God damn it!
Yeah.
Like if I knew I was getting one of the next 500, and then they added another 350, then I'd be pissed for sure. I guess I would still be pissed if I got one of the first 500.
Right.
But if I thought on the second go
Wait,
round
so
it was
they're-
getting diluted,
They've made 500, and
Yep.
then they're making 500, and then they're making 350 more.
Yes.
Well,
So the total
not
production is
exactly.
1350 then?
yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So not exactly. So they made 500, they sold those. Then they're like, well, we're going to make 500 more. You can reapply. So
Okay.
people reapplied. And just recently they went, actually, that number's going to be 850.
Okay. So they're making 1350 total,
Right.
which still isn't an astronomical number.
It's not a huge amount of cars.
But it's more than, I mean, they're different calibers of car, but it's more than like the P1 918 LaFerrari numbers.
Yeah.
I think the
Well, they made
918
918.
was the
918.
most.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's less though. Still,
Well, I mean, if they're going to do it and sell it for $500,000, and they're worried, and they're worried about people flipping them, make enough of them that you can't just turn around and flip them and make money on them.
yeah. What annoys me is like, especially with a company like Ford,
Right.
They have the ability to make as many of those as they want. So like,
Yeah, you just, when the Taurus comes through, you just don't put the engine in that and you put it in the supercar one.
Yeah.
you can have them just run parallel to each other.
You just take the Taurus
the robot
engine and you
goes
just
to
put
the
it in.
left, and then he
It
goes
just-
to the right, and then he
Yeah.
goes to just. It's no big deal.
Oh, wait, we're going to steal this one from an F-150 and you stick it in there and it's done.
But like, if you're gonna make the car, either make the limited run and quit, or just be like, we're gonna sell these till people stop buying them.
Right.
Fuck it. Let's just build GTs.
Why not do that?
That's where I'm at on it.
Why?
Because at
it's
this
not-
point, you've already kind of ruined it.
Yeah, diluted
right?
it a little
You've
bit.
already diluted it. So just fuck it. Let's just do the whole thing.
Yeah.
GTs for everybody. The Oprah Winfrey up in
Just
this bitch.
keep taking orders until they stop coming in and say, okay, that's it.
All right.
We sold 3,600 of them.
Yep.
That's still
Sucks-
not a huge number.
Sucks to suck.
Yeah.
Well, the thing that I don't understand is you can get a Corvette for $120,000 tomorrow, and it's still faster than this Taurus-powered thing.
Right.
And you just don't have to have an Instagram at all.
No, you don't have to jump through any hoops. As a matter of fact, I would say the average owner doesn't have an Instagram.
No, they just
Of a
bought the
Corvette?
they-
No.
Right.
Because they're worried about like breaking track records and stuff.
Being
They're not
fast
worried
and
about,
shit.
you know? Oh,
Absolutely.
I gotta get a selfie. They're not. That's not where their head's at.
See?
They're out there breaking track records.
GM
you know?
gets that right.
Yeah. Corvette program, good.
GT program, not anymore.
Not so good.
Still a strikingly good looking car.
It looks like Angry Birds in the back.
Yeah,
That's
kinda.
true. It does look like the Angry Birds pig. bring it back to the very first episode.
We did talk about that first episode.
Still love it though. I still think it's a great looking car, and I'll take mine in Gulf Livery, please.
That's what I would do if I won the lottery.
A move that surprises.
You
nobody.
get on that another 350.
I'd buy one of these. It wouldn't matter.
He'd get it.
I'd buy
gold
John
and-
Cena's.
He'd get it green
Yeah, there
and
you go.
gold.
Green and gold, and LS swap it, or LT5 swap it.
There you go. Bring it back around.
That's the car we should have built. That's what I would do.
Then
That's that
give
old
it to
meme.
Randy Popst and see if he can break some track records in it. That would be super annoying.
That's what I would
That would
Dude.
annoy some people.
GM's got one coming.
do. Yeah, next year.
The mid-engine
Or,
Corvette.
2
It's literally around the corner.
Yeah.
I mean, it's only a matter of time
I know. but-
before they go even faster than they already are.
I know. And they're already the fastest, so like why even bother making more GTs? That's what I'm saying.
I mean, they're still selling them.
It's a cool car, but yeah. We want people that are going to use them. Well,
Well, then
then-
don't
then
have a
sell-
limited.
then
Don't
sell thousands of them.
don't
and
look
let
at
them
people's
get to the track.
Instagram. Then
Put them on track.
Yeah.
Let it make it be cheap enough that people can put them on track. Sell the shit
I don't
out
even
of 'em.
think that they need to sell them for less.
Yeah, if it's a $500,000 car, that's what it sells for.
Fuck it.
That's fine.
Clearly, they're not having a problem selling them.
No.
If they sold out 500 and we're like, what if we sold 500 more and those sold out like that? Screw it. They can sell them for 500. They can sell them for $1 million. It doesn't matter.
Right.
That's the wild world we live in. The thing is, just make however many you sell. I hate that if you're going to do
Limited run.
a limited run, stick with it.
I agree.
you can still do a pre-order.
Right.
Right, to get a jump.
Yeah, because you got to go through and pick all the colors and do all that shit anyway.
Yeah.
So what? You're not. It's not like you're gonna make another 500 of them and those don't sell. Just
What's
you got to
fascinating
order
to
all of
me,
them.
it's fascinating to me is they can sell, however many of these they want. Excuse me. I wonder how many Vipers they sold,
Per year.
like ACRs specifically.
Let's
You
find
know,
out.
because like Dodge seemed to have a hard time selling the car. They killed it. You know.
But it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't a limited run.
Well, I wonder if that's why it's. Maybe we are not onto something here.
Maybe not.
They're conning
I'm sure.
people.
I'm sure there's a business case behind why they're only making it limited run.
Well, haven't you seen the South Park episode where Cartman buys the theme park? This is a long time ago.
I don't think that I
Showing
saw
some
that
age. So he basically he
that
wins the
right?
lottery or something and he buys a theme park.
one. Okay.
And then he won't let anybody in
Okay.
because it's his theme park.
Right.
But he spends all his money buying the theme park, and then he realizes that he's got like maintenance costs, he's got to pay security, all this stuff. So he decides, okay, I'm going to let 10 people in a day.
Okay.
So he lets 10 people in a day. And then everybody starts freaking out because they're like, oh my God, it's the most exclusive theme park in the world. He's an amazing businessman. He's come up with this idea of just like, supply and demand and manipulating it and all this stuff. And so he has to like slowly let more and more people in. But there's tons and tons and tons of demand, whereas before it was like a dying theme park. Nobody wanted to go. But as soon as you tell people you can't have something, they want it.
Whereas,
They didn't sell shit for Vipers.
what do we got, Robbie? Throw it out there. Less than 1350 ACRs.
Fuck yeah. Well,
Really?
Total Dodge Vipers U.S. by year 2018 15, 2017 585, 2016 626, 2015 676. They didn't sell the shit out of that car any year.
Holy
ever.
crap!
If they wanted to, they should have sold it like the GT and said this is an exclusive car because they're only selling 600 of them.
That's interesting to me.
Unless this is like super off base, but this is a second website. I didn't believe the first website.
So
Because I don't even think that they're remarkably slower.
No, the highest year of sale they ever had was 2005 with 1,650. It's 52.
And that wasn't this gen.
No, 2005.
So what you're telling me is a 2017 even Viper is more exclusive than a 2019 Ford GT.
Yes. In 2012, they sold 20.
That was a transitional year, though, I bet.
Yes, it is.
So
It's just super weird. Why they didn't market this as such a collector car, I guess? I don't know.
That's crazy.
How many Hellcats have they sold?
U.S. Vipers by year.
Oh,
I don't get
There's
it.
that many Hellcats in Des Moines. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's got a good
I'll see
marketing
one on the
program.
way home.
The Hellcat's got a way better marketing program.
Yeah, they should put that
It's like
motor-
Dodge never liked
They
the
should have put
Viper.
that motor in the Viper.
I'm having a real hard time believing these numbers, guys.
I don't think
Robbie's like,
that.
wait a
I
second,
can't- I
I'm
can't-
buying a Viper.
I can't believe how limited run these
I
are.
bet Vipers make decent drift cars. Robbie,
Dean Carney.
No, they're collector's items. There's none of them.
they make great
don't
race
exist.
cars. They make great race cars.
If I had a Viper, I would absolutely turn the 240 into a drift car, 100%, without
All right.
question.
Well, you heard it, people.
Cavalier, Viper.
This is third.
That's a hell of a garage.
It's a nice garage, Robbie.
Third website, and they all match up. Like they did not sell this car at all. 2014, 385. That's it.
Where did they go wrong?
I don't think Dodge ever liked that car. I think it was a marketing issue.
Yeah, it's weird.
I don't think they cared.
They only want to sell trucks.
Trucks and Hellcats, apparently.
I guess
They do love their Hellcats, don't they?
The AMG one is delayed due to emissions issues.
I'm shocked.
Right? You put a Formula One engine in a car and you can't get it to pass emissions? Weird.
No, the craziest thing about this is that thing idles at 5,000 RPM.
They fixed that though.
Not yet. Not completely.
He said he fixed it.
What's it idle at now? Then?
1,200.
That's a lot more reasonable.
yeah,
That's a remarkable change.
Yeah, I think that was the issue.
How? 5,000 RPM?
It goes to 15,000.
I mean, I suppose that's probably like if you look at like an average
It's
amount of rep,
a
like
scale.
Yeah, if you put it, on a scale, that's probably about right.
Yeah. I guess I didn't realize it was. Yeah, that's where they just idle at 5,000.
Probably
Yeah,
oiling
but
and shit like that,
You know, and they went out and said we're gonna take this engine, and we're gonna put it into a supercar and make it street legal. They did. They didn't.
Right.
They didn't have to make that exact engine. They could have. This is
Taking
it,
the
but
idea and done
Right.
something a little different
Yeah.
when it started over.
We'll street version
turn
it a
it
little
down
bit.
to 7, maybe.
Yeah.
Still make way more power than anybody will ever use.
Right. It's gonna be super cool when they do finally get it.
I read
Emissions,
I read an
whatever.
article a couple of months ago that the AMG boss was like, he was asked about the Porsche 919 Evo Nürburgring record. He's like, yeah, no, it's fast. I mean, I think we could take the one out there and beat it, but it's not slow. He's like, but our car's a road car and their car's a race car, and they're really not the same. But yes, I think we could be faster.
Okay then.
Classic Mercedes.
Yeah, this will be a hell of a car when it's finally.
Yeah. I don't. This and Aston Martin's
Yeah, what's that one called?
thing.
Is that the one with the Red Bull?
Yeah, that they're doing with Red Bull.
Yeah,
Whatever.
I can't remember the name. They had an acronym.
Those
for a
two
while.
cars, like, that's got to be peak,
you're-
peak
yeah.
car, right?
Yeah, you're gonna have
Peak hypercar.
a handful of people are gonna buy them and collect your item, obviously, and then the people that do drive them are gonna die.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that's absolutely fair.
We want to see this on track. No, you don't. Idiots will drive it and die.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah.
That being said, we should make more of them because
As many as you can sell.
they're
As
so
many as you. No limited
it's so
production there.
crazy.
I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. I hope they get it to pass.
Yeah, it'd be cool to
I think
see it in America.
I think they're there now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, but all they really had to do is get it to run efficiently at that low.
Was that
RPM.
just here in America?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think it's everywhere.
I don't think we're gonna.
think-
I assume this car won't come
I
here.
think there's countries in Europe that are as strict or stricter than California, and I might be speaking out of my ass on that, but
I think that Germany at this point is probably like
that's coming
and
to
like
mind.
Paris, you like there's. I don't think
Yeah,
they have
the
cars
Paris
in
agreement.
cities
Yeah, so,
and stuff like that.
Yeah, I want to say, Germany jumped to mind as one of those really strict places. And I think there's some other ones too.
Which is funny because it's where they're building this car.
Yeah. Well, you got
Well, that's good though. I mean, it might mean that they've already jumped through all the hoops that they would have to jump through to get it past here.
right.
Except crashes,
Crashes.
They probably
of course, we
won't-
got to do that differently, and
and they probably won't crash it here
there
because
won't-
it's
there won't
not
be
worth
Yeah,
it.
it's not.
they won't like the
one
turn
wants to-
signals or something.
No one wants to
and so-
crash $1 million car. I get that.
Koenigsegg did it. They figured out a way to crash the same car repeatedly
Good for Koenigsegg.
That's awesome.
so that you can buy them here for the Agera chassis.
Good for him.
They-
What have they been doing? They're coming out with something.
They got another.
Something's
like,
on the
there's,
horizon.
There's something new.
It's like 2,800 horsepower or something like that. It
No,
costs
they
$10
did. They
million.
did post something not too long ago.
Did they?
There was a Jalopnik car review on the Agera R, and it was just like a guest writer. So I'm assuming some rich billionaire playboy. You know the type.
He could kind of put some words together, and they said, "Yeah, why not?"
Yeah, but like he's like, so I've spent time with the P1, the 918, the LaFerrari. I've spent time with the Veyron, significant time in most of those cars on track. This car just fucks off. This redefines speed. He's like, I think that Christian von Koenigsegg is from the future,
and he's come back,
and he somehow got stuck here, and the only way he can get home is by building a car that's fast enough to take him there, and that's what he's doing.
That holds up. That holds water.
Yeah, I'm with him on that.
Yeah, the
makes sense to me.
The Koenigsegg Agera RS successor is coming to the 2019 Geneva Auto Show.
yes,
We should go to
be
that one.
sick. Switzerland,
Yeah, I'm in on that for sure.
you got to win that lotto.
We need another GoFundMe page.
Trying to win
Go
the
to
lottery.
Switzerland.
Trying to win the lottery. Here,
Send
people.
10 Cents Podcast to the Geneva Auto Show.
Switzerland.
I'll be.
Geneva's where all the cool shit comes out. Though.
Yeah, that's
all
all
the
the
Zondas.
crazy
That's
shit,
the be all end all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Could talk about watches, do the whole deal.
Yeah, we could take a factory tour.
Go to Rolex.
But yeah, maybe that's what we'll do next year. It's like don't do any other trips. We'll just
go to Switzerland.
Let's go to Switzerland for like 3 days.
Once
So-
we're in Switzerland, we're pretty close to Koenigsegg anyway.
All right, let's make it 4 days.
Call him up.
Yeah.
You
Call
need to-
Christian.
You want to be on? Yeah.
You probably need
on
to.
a podcast.
You could have an opportunity to meet face to face with your banker and stuff like that.
Talk to the banker.
Yeah.
That's gotta be nice to meet in person.
See what he
once
thinks
in a
about me picking up a couple limited Pateks this year.
while. Yeah.
Only 180,000. You know, it's just money.
Yeah. You make more of it
You
every
make
day.
more of it. Yeah. You can't take it with you when you die.
That's
so
very true.
No.
life is fleeting.
Watch people are just as bad as rich car people.
Except that I think they are rich car people.
Yeah, but the amount of money they spend based on the size of the item that they get is way fucking out of proportion.
Yeah, but I think that the level of engineering is probably on some level similar
Yeah.
in some
Yeah,
situations.
but when that guy in Kansas City told me he's got some customers that spend $10 million a year on watches,
Just makes you
that
feel-
makes you feel weird.
It makes you feel like less of a man.
No, it just makes you feel weird. It's hard to understand that
how
money.
do you justify that? Regardless of your income, how do you justify $10 million on watches?
He said there's some people that spend $1 million a month.
Well, it's
That's
economies of scale, Robbie. Like,
yeah.
you know,
it's insane.
to him, that's $100.
Maybe, yeah. It's just wild to think that.
It is wild to think.
Yeah, you invite a
That's why those guys don't give a fuck when, $500,000 for a Ford GT. Okay,
Yeah, that's
sounds
just-
great.
Whatever. I just want
Can
the
I
car.
get,
Just
can I
get
get two of those then, or like?
No, sir, you can only have one, and then they get pissed.
Yeah, there's
not
well,
used to be
Ferrari will sell me two.
Yeah, they'll sell me like 10 of them.
Yeah,
I just got to show up.
It's bizarre. It's a bizarre world out there for rich people.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Drifter builds driveway track, upsets wife.
She wasn't that supportive anyways then.
Nah,
She's come around to it.
She's
now.
okay with it now.
She's
Okay.
come around.
All right.
She's decided it's pretty awesome for her kids to scooter on.
The headline of Drifter builds driveway track, wife says okay is not quite as clicky. Like it doesn't ring
Wife
together
was
quite
like,
as well.
it's all right.
It's all
And then
right.
she's like, yeah, okay. The kids,
kids
like
enjoy it.
Yeah, and then
I don't have to go to the park with
that's
the
a
kids
really
now.
shitty headline. So
Yeah.
Gets really wordy really quickly.
I'll be honest. It's kind of a really shitty drift track.
it is really fucking close to his living room or whatever that is there in the corner.
He's gonna-
That's
he's
the
gonna-
corner you're gonna hit.
He's
too.
going to clip that house eventually.
Wasn't that the point of drifting? Is to clip the wall?
Get close to the wall.
His house is on the track.
Yeah.
It's actually on the track.
Yeah, it's a
not
chicane.
next to it.
It's a chicane.
Not adjacent to it. It's fucking on it. It's narrower where the house is.
Yeah, it's true. And it's already too narrow to begin with.
Yeah, the worst part is that it is as wide as a single car driveway. So he, like when
It's
he's
literally
when
just a
he's-
twisty zero car or a single car driveway that goes in a circle.
Yeah, and he's kind of spins his tires and he dips it off into the dirt.
I think it'd be
There's no
great with a
real
couple of
drifting.
drift trikes and some bros.
That's where you could have fun on this. It needs to be bigger.
See that?
some
So,
go-karts.
okay, so he's got this 180 thing down here. Okay, so
Yep.
I see that. You
Yep,
drift, whatever. So, best case scenario I can think of is that you come off of this 180 thing, you're in the dirt, which he's already been in the dirt. I can
Clearly.
see that.
Yep.
Lots.
Even
Your
in the
only
videos-
option at that point, if you're in the dirt, is to transition and go the other direction, which means now the ass of the car is headed at the house.
Yep.
Yep.
Best case scenario.
Best case scenario, you can get the car flipped back around in what is literally like 10 feet.
Well, you're only doing with that width and distance. He's only doing like 30 miles an hour.
Good luck getting that snap back around and not hitting the house. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, because in the videos it shows that he's drifting. Well, he's fishtailing around the corner, then he goes straight basically past the house, and then drifts around his shop.
Oh, so he doesn't drift past the house.
No, the drift usually ends when that corner ends, and then he goes straight past the house, and then drifts around that back corner again.
Oh, he's going 4 miles an hour.
Well, yeah.
This is the worst drift track ever.
Yeah, you could do it better.
No, he's literally going
I'm
probably
I
10
watched the
miles an
video.
hour.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of noise and no speed.
He spent $10,000 on this worthless piece of shit.
Yeah,
And he built most of it himself.
Yeah, so it's not going to last.
It doesn't. Honestly, it looks like
Gravel.
tightly packed gravel.
Yeah,
And
But
he's,
you know
he's,
what?
He's
Kudos
in
to the guy
fucking-
for doing it.
yeah, absolutely.
It's awesome.
I'm sure it's fun, but
He's in the mud.
you know how far 10 grand would have gone for drift days? Like legit.
Yeah, then you
drifting?
could have
Yep.
drifted on a track.
But then he wouldn't be on the drive.
So the only real portion of this that's usable is the space on the other side of the shop
Yeah,
that we can't
Yeah.
see,
not in this picture, no.
and that's not even that wide.
No.
He kind of gets after it when he goes around the shop, but that's it.
You legitimately can't have the car all the way sideways. That's how narrow this is.
You can barely drive the car through there,
Straight.
not sideways.
That's why drift tracks and go-karts.
It's the size of a go-kart track.
It'd be great then. Do you think you could have, now that you've had some more experience, I know it's been a while since we've been there, do you think you could have done a drift day at Marshalltown?
With a handbrake, I think I could have done it.
Like, if that was still a thing, do you think we could host drift days there?
That surface was really uneven, but maybe.
Someone would have been into that fence for sure.
Yeah, that's
fir-
probably the problem with drifters is that they just don't give a shit. So
Well, maybe we just don't drift that
the
corner.
pole,
then.
that light pole that
We almost
a bunch of people almost ran into, someone would take that out.
Oh, yeah, that's
yeah
Somebody would have been into the fence like every other run.
yeah the fence were too close for that.
But yeah, I think you could have done it.
true. I mean, we'd break everything, but yeah, we could have done
Oh,
it.
you could have for sure, but
Just have to
it would have
be-
been destructive.
You just have to pick and choose who you let in, I guess, maybe. I don't know.
Who are you gonna let in? Like the guys that are good are the guys that don't give a shit.
Yeah, those are rowdy
That's
ones.
why they're there, right? That's why they've got.
that's why they're good, because they are willing to run into the K barrier at 80 miles an hour like Michael Gall.
Wreck their cars.
Yeah.
It's the build season. What the hell, right? Why
That's
not?
the problem with that event is that like just stay clear of a few people because they don't give a shit anymore.
I got 6 months.
I got 6
Yeah,
months.
I got- I
I'm
mean,
taking your car out, bro.
4 to 5, real.
Everybody's going down if I'm going down. It's kind of funny.
Jesus
Yep.
Christ.
Kind of friends, but at the same time, you got to stay away from them.
It is absolutely historically been the rowdiest event.
It is.
Oh.
It was,
that
it was
last
pretty
event of
rowdy.
the year is pretty bad. And then
And it's
for
2
whatever
days.
reason, those 2 days get way out of hand too.
Yeah, because on the second day, people start doing ballsy stuff.
Dumb shit. I'll say it.
It gets I think they need to do closest to the table, because for some reason to me that seems like the funnest thing I've ever
What do you mean
heard.
closest to the
What's that?
table? What the hell is that?
So they literally put a table on the track, or whatever. It's probably usually at a skid pad event. It might be Drift Indy that does it. I don't remember, but there's one region specifically that does it, and you drift up to the table and try to get as close to it, parallel to the table surface as you can. So they literally take like one of those white composite tables,
okay.
lay it on its
Lay it on
side,
its side.
and then you try to drift as close to the table and stop parallel to the table.
Oh, you stop like so, like a
Right.
parallel parking at speed type deal.
Kind of, yeah. But not instead of parallel front back, it'd be side side.
Right.
Your door, the driver's door, needs to be touching
right.
the table.
Like as if it was a curb and you were parallel parking.
yes,
Yes.
yes. I just
Okay.
think that would be like the funnest thing to watch. People trying to drift into the table.
Wham!
Yeah, somebody just clobbering the table.
That's why I want stop boxes at local autocrosses, but it'd be such a mess and it would take so long to clear people. But it would be so much fun.
Hate stop boxes.
I think they'd be awesome.
Somebody needs to do a series of drift challenges, like longest handbrake drag, closest to the table,
I mean,
longest
I
back
think
seat.
that we're that people.
I'll do it if Zort wants to do it. I don't know if Zort listens or not. If Zort wants to do it, we'll do it.
We just got to.
Listen, okay, how about this? Oh, shit, there's not that many people in the group. If you want to do drift challenges, send me a message. I don't know what I'm going to do with that information, but if you want to do drift challenges, send me a message.
Literally the week after he says, "Don't at me."
Don't at me about your SR20 or the fact that the Beastie Boys suck. But if you
They do suck.
Beastie Boys
Fact.
are terrible, terrible.
Beastie Boys, the
Yes.
band.
Beastie Boys,
Yes.
Oh, hot garbage.
Hot garbage.
Sucks. Why is everybody like,
Dude, there's-
yeah, man, it's so good?
Literally the only band I will instantly change the radio station on.
They're up there on the list.
I won't listen to a Beastie Boys song.
The No Sleep Till Brooklyn is like
Nope.
the only one that I can do.
Nope.
That's about
For
it.
some reason, it's one of those bands where everybody like you kind of feel like you have to.
Dude, there's
have
so
to
many
listen to
people
it.
who are screaming at their phones right now.
Yeah, but they don't actually like the Beastie Boys. It's like
That's
people
probably
that
true.
say they like the Beatles. They're
No,
fucking lying.
No, the Beatles are terrible.
Okay, so
There's a couple,
I don't like the Beatles.
There's a couple of all right songs.
I don't like the Beatles. It doesn't mean that I don't appreciate what they did for music.
Yeah, absolutely. That doesn't make them a good band.
That part of it you could debate.
I don't.
I think
and they
Robbie's
have a
head's
couple.
exploding.
No, I'm
They
fine.
have a couple of good.
I don't want to
songs.
sit and listen to the Beatles.
Right.
There are a few songs I
Absolutely.
will listen to that are extremely good.
If they came across my stream or whatever it is that I'm using to listen to music, there's a few of them.
If I'm
I'll
in a
listen
car,
to. I won't
you
go
know,
out of my way
the
to
radio's
listen to it.
jammed and it's stuck on Yellow Submarine. I'm probably gonna end it.
Crash.
Like that's it. It's either me,
He
me or the
He
radio.
will stop and wait till the song's over.
No. Like if it's like on repeat, like it's some sort of like the tape
like
is
a-
stuck in there.
Like a discology of the Beatles is quite a trip, though.
No,
Yeah.
I'm good. I don't need.
Like the range
change?
of
Yeah.
the change of musical like style.
The trippier, the better for me for
from
the Beatles.
start to finish. Wild ride.
Like at the beginning, it's all love songs,
Yeah,
and they're garbage.
yeah.
And I get in the '60s that was the thing, and
Right.
blah blah blah. And they
Acid
changed
and
changed
whatnot.
how people record, and be like, "Yeah, you're mixing and all that stuff's based on stuff that what the fuck is named. I don't know who that producer was, but yeah, no, I understand that.
Okay, fine. Whatever.
I don't want to listen to most of the Beatles though. I for sure don't want to listen to the Beastie Boys.
No.
But that's how people are with the Beastie Boys too. They're like, oh, it's important band for blah blah. Whatever, it sucks. Who else sucks? The Beatles
Nirvana.
is really good. Nirvana sucks.
I don't think they're as bad. They're just overplayed.
Oh.
I can't listen to them.
I can't take it.
It's terrible. When
I
it comes
don't-
on the radio, it's just like, oh god.
I'm not a big grunge fan in general, but they're the worst because they're so overplayed.
That's the thing. It's not that I don't like them. It's that I can't listen to them every day, which is on the radio every day.
They probably fall in the same. Nah, I don't even respect their music. I'm not saying it's all bad. I'm just saying like I don't think that they, like they're not innovators like the Beatles, so I can't give them that excuse. They'd be like, oh, they changed. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, they changed music by making it shittier. Yeah, congratulations.
Made it sound worse. Awesome.
The best thing about
Good
Nirvana
job.
is.
Where are you going with this?
No.
the thing I want to say but won't, right? Absolutely.
No. The best thing about Nirvana is Dave Grohl.
Well, yeah,
That's what I was
sure.
gonna say.
He's the best
For
thing.
sure.
He's the best
He's
thing
the
about
best thing
everything.
about a lot of things. Let's be real here.
Yeah, I'm sticking to my guns on that one. I don't even care.
Who else can we offend?
And I love
offend-
old music. I love Pink Floyd. I love Led Zeppelin.
You don't like Aerosmith?
Aerosmith also sucks.
I like Aerosmith.
There's a couple of good Aerosmith songs.
You know who else sucks that I today? That
Are you
I
gonna
was listening
piss
to?
me off because you're
Probably.
looking at me now?
Twisted Sister sucks.
No, I'm good with that.
What the fuck is that? What the fuck is
That's
Twisted
most-
Sister?
that's
It's
most
a
80s hair
stupid name.
metal.
I don't have a problem.
They dress up like
Dee Snider?
Yeah, he's got
That's
a
a
hair
different-
thing going on. Like what? What is hair metal?
I don't have a
What
problem.
is
With,
like?
I
That's
don't
the
have a
worst
problem with hair metal at all. I don't.
Some hair metal's just
I don't have a problem with it.
atrocious.
I don't listen to it very often, but I don't have a problem with it. It's not on my playlist, but
Kiss sucks.
I don't.
Kiss
oh,
sucks.
Kiss is terrible.
Kiss is
Why is
not
Kiss so
terrible.
popular?
I
No,
like
it's
Kiss.
terrible.
Why is it so
I
popular?
like Kiss.
Kiss sucks.
No, they're good.
Gene
So
Simmons
bad.
is a very, very wealthy man.
Good for him.
reasons that I can't figure out.
Congratulations.
They don't have any good songs.
I'm with him on that.
I like their songs.
The rock and roll all night or whatever. It's like the same thing, like the same 10 seconds on repeat for forever.
I feel like
it just
a lot
keeps
of
going.
I feel like a lot of like stadium rock can be stated in such a way.
Who else is stadium rock?
But like that's I mean
I know, but I'm
when
just
you
saying,
say
like, who
stadium
else?
rock, I think most people go to like Nickelback and stuff like that. But that's Kiss was kind of that then,
Little
in
bit.
my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
To me,
Yeah,
you know, that's what they were.
yeah, but Nickelback's like way popular than anything that any of us listen to.
That's for damn sure.
I don't know. I listen to pretty poppy music
What do you listen to?
sometimes. I don't know. Podcast mostly. Rush. Love Rush.
No.
Rush. You know, I don't listen to Rush, but Rush is good.
I know
Hell of a
Robbie.
drummer.
Not
I know
good.
Robbie's talked mad shit, and honestly, I think that Robbie talks mad shit about these things because I like them, and Robbie thinks that it's cool to dislike the things that I like.
Yeah.
But my favorite newer rock, metal, whatever you want to call it, band is Chevelle.
No.
That's the band I own all the albums from, and
You're out on Chevelle.
I'm out on Chevelle.
That's my band.
If it's on the radio, I'm not going to change the station. But it will
Fucking love
not
it.
ever be on my playlist.
And most of my favorite
Yeah.
songs are the ones that are not on the radio, which I think is a lot of
is that their first album?
That one's my favorite album by far.
That's if you said we have to listen to one of these albums, I would pick that one. Yes.
That's the best one for sure. But I have them all, and I enjoy them all.
said this-
and
that's-
most of my favorite songs from them are not ones you've ever heard on a radio.
Yeah. I'm the same way with Linkin Park.
I think that's the case with a lot of people's favorite bands in general. If you have a band that's your favorite that does get radio time, chances are your favorite song probably isn't one that gets played on the radio.
Yeah, that's true.
What was this about Linkin Park you were about to go off about?
No, I wasn't going to go off. I was going to say it's their first album is the one I really like.
Oh,
Hybrid Theory, I think it was.
Yep.
I like Linkin
yeah,
Park.
Linkin Park.
They were good.
Yep.
And, I even like some of the later albums that a lot of the people didn't.
That one got the
Some of them got a little weird,
not
but
necessarily that
there
they
was
got
some good stuff.
overplayed.
There was some good stuff.
Yeah, like Meteoria or whatever it's called. That one got way
The
overplayed.
one with the Transformer song on it?
Yeah.
Oh wait. Oh,
No,
that
the
wasn't
one-
the
that-
remix
the one
one.
before
No,
that. The one
that
before
was-
that.
What was the one that was remixes?
That was Hybrid Theory. Then they remixed it, and I don't remember what that one was called.
I don't remember.
I didn't mind that one.
I don't remember. I listened to a lot of that in high school.
Yeah, for
A lot of Linkin Park in high school.
sure.
Yep. Anything else you want to shit on before we
I don't know. You got any more bands? Because we're on a roll here.
I mean,
who else do you like?
We've talked
Robbie?
shit
Who do you
about
listen
cars.
to?
It's time to. I mean, if we haven't offended you for your car habits, I
We're
feel
gonna-
like
we're
we
gonna
need to
offend
make
your
sure.
music choices
Yeah,
now.
absolutely.
What do you listen to, Robbie?
Well, the one thing that comes to mind is that I will not listen to Maroon 5. If it's on the radio,
What?
I will shut
Are
that
you
shit.
Dude,
kidding?
that's like my
What?
guilty pleasure.
I will
Oh
shut
my
that shit
goodness,
off.
Adam! That's the worst noise of
Yeah.
all
I
time.
like-
He has the
What?
worst voice
They're fun.
ever.
They're fun. I like them.
No.
It's my guilty pleasure.
No. I have,
Absolutely.
Maroon 5? What the fuck?
right, terrible.
Absolutely.
It's awful. You listen to Christina Aguilera too?
I will listen to Christina Aguilera.
Katy
I will
Perry?
listen to
No, I'm
NSYNC.
not
I will
gonna
listen to
love Katy
Backstreet
Perry.
Boys.
I don't care what
Listen,
anybody says.
being
She's
in
fun.
love with Katy
No.
Perry and listening to her music are two different things.
I'll
okay?
listen to her music. Robbie will listen to her music. Don't
I'll
you
listen to
fucking
some
lie
of
to
them,
me.
yeah.
Don't you fucking lie to me, Robbie.
I listen to boy bands. I don't give a shit.
Absolutely. Fucking
You
Backstreet
guys are
Boys
out
and
of control.
NSYNC.
What are you
Love
talking?
it.
No, absolutely not.
Which is really funny because I'll listen to like Guar or like Lamb of God, and I'll just have like random on my playlist on my iPod, and then it'll come up to like NSYNC's Christmas album, and so I'll have to like turn around and be like, really don't want to listen to Kiss Me Under the Tree tonight, and have to change
You
it.
do though. You do.
It's just not the right.
It's not the
thing
right
for-
season.
Yeah, I'm not ready for Christmas
My
songs. yet.
mindset's not quite there yet.
Bring me a different NSYNC
You give it about
song.
30 seconds and you go, yeah, I probably should move it on. Because it's fucking April.
Yep.
Kiss me. The Christmas.
I don't know if that's the
Holy
name
shit.
of the song, but
Holy shit.
yeah, Backstreet Boys NSYNC. I'm good with
Why
that.
I
not?
cannot believe that's outrageous.
I don't give a shit. I listened to it.
It's terrible.
I didn't say it was good. I said I liked it.
See,
Why do you
here-
like it?
Here I thought I was finally going to get through a show without offending Booney. Surely have done it at this point.
Yeah, you said something shit about grunt or no. He likes earlier rock music than that. He likes
Yeah.
guitar rock music.
Yeah. No, we can bond over our love for Slash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's Guns N' Roses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always
here,
said
I'll-
I always said that I was really glad they never put
Uh-oh,
November
he's gonna
Rain.
say it. He's gonna say
I was
it.
really glad that they never put November Rain on like rock Guitar Hero or Rock Band because then I had to buy a grand piano and that would have got really expensive.
He's gonna say it. Go ahead, Robbie.
Say it.
Guns
Robbie.
N' Roses fucking sucks.
No, bro, it does not suck.
Slash, great. Whatever else he does, great.
What
Guns N' Roses, no.
about like Queen? Do you like Queen?
Yeah.
Okay.
That
How
girl-
can you
that-
not like?
yeah.
How can
Queen?
you not
It's
like
so
Queen?
musical?
Thank you. I'm glad that there's
That's-
at least
that's-
one old band that we can agree on.
Yeah, that's just
In a
pu-
positive.
No, we
That's
agree
pure,
on-
pure
in a
talent.
positive.
Pink
manner.
Floyd.
Yeah,
I don't love Pink Floyd.
Okay,
it's a little.
I can
it's a
understand
little.
I won't. It's mostly
for me.
It's mostly because it's overplayed for me at this point.
that. Yeah, it is.
It's not, and I won't like change it. They're not like you two.
We literally have gone an entire episode, and the only shit that's going to be talked about on the group
good
this
with
week
that. I'm
is
good
the
with
last like 6
fine.
minutes.
That's fine. We're here. Let's
Good
just
with
deal
that.
with it.
I'm good with that. But like I don't love Pink. I don't own any of their music.
Right.
That's fair. Led Zeppelin.
I'm in the same boat with that one.
Okay.
I don't have a problem with them.
I feel like I don't know how you could not like Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, no, I'll listen to it,
Yeah,
but I'll go out of my way to listen to
that's
it.
fair. The problem is on the radio they play the same 3 songs all the time.
Like if you turn it on to our local classic rock station, KGGO or whatever it's called these days, like every other song is either that
Pink Floyd or Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, it's one of those two.
John Mayer.
What about him?
Like the whole lifestyle.
I was gonna say
everything.
you.
Body's a
I mean,
wonderland.
You
Yeah.
love John Mayer.
Yeah, I know. I do. I know all the. I know all the jammers.
I'm not into.
for the
I'm
ladies.
not into John.
Let's not
Mayer.
even lie.
No, that's fine.
There's a reason you learn John Mayer songs.
I feel like
yeah, for sure.
I feel like with the exception of like maybe 2 or 3 songs, if you played me a John Mayer song, I wouldn't even be able to tell you. That's what it was.
That's fair.
I think. Yeah. So you were playing something.
He's a pretty minimal blip on my radar.
Yeah.
What was I playing?
You were playing some John Mayer one time, and I recognized that it was John Mayer, but I didn't know the song. And I was like, "Are you listening to John Mayer right now?"
I like old douchey John Mayer. I don't like woke John Mayer. When he was like an egomaniac.
Yeah.
The look in his eye he just had there was amazing.
I like
he was yawning or like longing for the
I like
days of douchey Mayer.
like pre 2010, like pre Katy Perry John Mayer.
Yep.
When he's just a fucking douche all the time. He was doing like stand up comedy and stuff.
Really?
Yeah, he was doing stand up comedy.
I would watch
Dude,
that for
if
sure.
this gets anywhere near here, I mean, like, I'd be willing to go a long ways. Dave Chappelle and John Mayer, they do a show together. Oh my God.
Whatever it costs. Is
Yeah.
Oh Jesus!
$500 for a ticket? I don't care.
That would be a trip, wouldn't it?
Yeah, because he was on Chappelle's show.
Yeah, I remember that.
I did.
Because they did the different music styles
Yeah.
for the people dancing.
White people can't dance. They're trying to
Yep.
prove that white people could dance. They brought John Mayer in.
We had to have the right. You had to have the right music.
The right music to get
That's
white
fair.
people to
I
dance.
think that's fair.
Yeah.
So good.
I'm trying to think of who I can offend. Nothing's jumping to mind.
AC/DC's kind of meh for me.
Yeah.
Ugh,
I'm
they're
not-
right there with Kiss for the most part.
Some of their songs have really grown on me, and then some have grown off.
They're
Or however you want to describe
they're
them.
right there with Kiss for the most part, in my opinion.
Metallica has its moments.
Overrated.
Too. That'll piss somebody
Overrated.
off. Metallica has its
I
moments.
like some Metallica.
But
Here
again,
and there.
Metallica's like every metal band that I like. They're like Metallica. That's the reason I do this. I'm like, yeah, but I don't like Metallica, and I like all of you.
Robbie loves Bullet for My Valentine.
Yeah, and they love Metallica. I don't.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
He loves Bullet for My Valentine.
It's
That's what I associate with Robbie when it comes to
Really?
music.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That the Poison was literally on
Yeah.
repeat
Yeah.
the entire time. Like that first winter I worked on the 240. That's all I listened to.
That album specifically is what I
Isn't that kinda
associate to
screamo,
Robbie.
though?
Oh, for sure.
Not
That's
really.
screamo, isn't it?
No,
It's like-
it's like
There's some screaming.
British.
He's kind of screamy.
It's
metal.
It's screamo.
It's
Scream
it's
metal?
Typical.
Screamish?
It's just metal. Like it's not
But
like it's
but
not
they
like
have
heavy
some
metal. It's
screamo
just,
in it. It's not like Panic at the Disco.
No, that's not
Like
screamo.
early
Oh
2000s.
no! I'm thinking
Panic
of Panic at the Disco. That Panic at
that's
the Disco. That's
Yeah,
what I'm
you're
thinking.
way off on that.
Old
one.
Panic at the Disco is very
Yeah.
screamo.
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
Now they're more like poppy and weird.
Right.
I can't believe he's not brought up Butcher Babies. Just sitting here talking about metal.
He's trying not to
I
because,
love Butcher Babies.
because the table's going to rise up on that side. Just
Are we supposed to go to a Butcher Babies show?
they were here on a Wednesday night. We did the podcast instead.
When was this?
Like last January or February.
Oh, well, Maria Brink was in
Sioux
Omaha.
City.
Was it Sioux City?
And
We
were-
didn't go to that either.
Because we would have. Oh gosh, we had a whole weekend planned and none of it worked out because we were supposed to go there Friday night.
It was the Corvette autocross.
Yeah.
That's
Yep,
what it
we were-
was.
Oh, that's right.
We were
you
going to
guys
see.
were going to come and meet me at the vet race.
Yep, we were going to do the Endless Moment in Sioux City and then do the vet race. And
Why
then-
doesn't In This Moment come to, I don't know, Des
Des
Moines,
Moines?
for instance?
Sioux City's venues aren't even, or Sioux Falls venues aren't even like that good.
No, they're terrible. Des Moines has good venues.
Better, at least.
Woolies or...
Woolies is great for small shows. And then
Woolies
you got
would be
Seven
f-
Flags. You got Wells Fargo.
Yeah, Seven Flags would probably be good for that.
There's another one.
The Valor.
Valor.
That's where I saw.
Valor's kind of a shit show, but
That's
it's...
where I saw Breaking Benjamin many moons ago.
See, that's not a band that I'm
Nope.
I like them.
that
Nope.
into.
I liked them. Good stuff.
You kind of like early, like 2010 rock. Like, I don't know. Did you call that rock?
It would be our
Yes.
high school rock.
yeah,
it's high school
absolutely.
rock, yeah.
Absolutely.
That's what you're into.
For the most part, yeah. Because now I'm more into like old dad rock. Listen to a lot of Boston.
Boston is fucking dope.
Thank you, because Robbie
Boston
hates
is
it.
fucking. It's not Chicago. It's Boston.
No Boston.
Boston's so good, dude.
No Boston.
So good. Their first album, their self-titled one, so
So
good.
much shit going on. There's so much fucking.
Oh,
Got the Hammond organ.
the organ,
No
the
Boston.
screaming guitar solos.
Nope.
So, dude, I've seen them in concert.
I'm a little jealous.
It was sick, dude. They had an organ on the stage, the whole 9 yards. It was the best thing I've ever seen in my entire life. And I've seen Rush.
That's okay. That's impressive.
I saw Rush.
Haven't seen
on
Rush.
their what turned out to be their last tour.
I was gonna say they're done now.
Yep, they're done.
Speaking of being
and they
done,
hadn't announced it at that point.
Right.
We didn't know.
Speaking of being done with tours, he doesn't like the Eagles.
That's right. I forgot
not
about
into
that.
the
I don't even know. Sometimes I
could-
question why I've been friends with him for so long.
Do you like?
No, probably not.
Do you like EDM, or am I the only one that
I like
likes
EDM.
EDM?
I like some.
Okay,
I don't like EDM.
that's fair.
I was listening to
dislike-
Grandson just the other day.
I also dislike an
Grandson.
overwhelming
Yeah, Grandson.
majority of hip hop.
Who's that?
It's an EDM.
Okay,
I don't know if he's a
I'll look it
DJ or however you want to call him.
I'll look it up.
They were playing the crap out of it and back home, like Northwest Iowa, like
Oh.
on their local rock station. They were playing it. It's like rock, but it's mixed with like EDM. It's just different.
It's like old school Incubus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you okay over there?
I'm just like trying to think if I know any Incubus song off the top of my head.
I do.
I don't think I do.
That water into wine. I can't remember what that's. Drive.
Yeah.
You'd know that song.
Yeah, I'm sure I
Beat
would.
the
I just
shit out
can't
of it on
think
the
of
radio.
it. I just can't think of it like off the top of my head.
Old school Incubus when they were doing like progressive jazz licks, and they also had the guy playing the turntables, and all kinds of crazy weird shit was going on, and they were playing samples over the top of stuff. That's real Incubus.
Doesn't Slipknot have a DJ?
They have 9 members. They have to.
They have a. I'm pretty sure they have. I'm
Somehow.
pretty sure they have a DJ.
I think yeah.
About
there's
99%
no,
certain they have a DJ.
They got a guy on the keg with a bat. They got 2 drummers. No, because just Joey's the drummer. Because they do the Sparko seat and then they spin him.
You're never gonna know. We
I
even
can't
saw him in
remember.
concert.
We saw him. I've seen him in concert twice, and I still couldn't tell you. I could have swore there was 2 drum sets, but I don't think there is.
No, there's no. The other guy plays like a reduced
Yeah,
set. And he
that's
stands.
That's what I'm.
Whatever it is, I don't know what it is.
There was 9 of them.
One of them's dead.
He OD'd.
I met him.
Yeah,
I installed his internet and TV.
Bizarre.
It's a weird world.
they used
we
to live
in.
next to the people I work with.
Yeah,
Weird.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Josh Rand used to come into the music store that I used to work in.
I used to work with a guy who went to high school with. I can't remember his name. Lead singer
Corey.
Corey Taylor.
Those guys are still around. I see
A lot
Josh.
of-
I
a
see
lot of
Josh.
them-
Josh Rand posts. He's in Des Moines.
A lot of
quite
them
often.
own houses in and around the Des Moines area
Yep.
still, or high-end apartments and lofts, as it may be. For whatever reason, we have an abundance of those in this town.
And they're building more.
So many more.
All right, we're almost at 2 hours.
We should
We
probably shut it
wasted
down.
some
Do we,
time.
yeah,
there.
do we,
I don't
do we
Some
need to
music.
shit on anything else before we
I don't know. What do people like? Something else we just completely just
train wreck it?
I thought
train wreck.
that was a different show. It was called Hatercast, and it never happened.
We'll just finish the show with that. Just Hatercast.
Yeah, we could.
We
last
need to
15
leave
minutes of the
something.
Hatercast.
We need to leave something for next week to hate on.
Oh, I'm sure there's gonna be something that Booney's gonna say to you that you're like, well, actually, I hate this, and then it's gonna start this all over.
I might not be here next week.
Yeah, no kidding. You're
I don't think
might-
he's gonna kill you. I think part
You're
of
still gonna be
jujitsu.
sleeping.
Part of jujitsu is having control over your actions, and I think
I'm-
he's just gonna put you out for a second. Just a quick one. Just
Have you ever been knocked out?
No,
Okay.
I've never been in a fight.
No.
Are you kidding me?
Like, have you ever been choked out? I mean.
That would require me to have been in a fight, Robbie.
Okay.
I just literally said.
Friends choke out friends sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes you don't have to actually be the.
Not my friends.
You could've
I'm
been
not
friends you
friends
hanging
with
out
those kind of people.
It wouldn't necessarily need to be a fight. It could just happen, and you didn't even need a chance to fight back.
Sometimes you just got to throw a sleeper hold on somebody. They're getting a little
Yeah,
uppity,
just-
just go and they're down.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, because I'm the uppity one.
based on the last few episodes, Booney feels as though you're the uppity one.
Booney's the uppity one. Let's be real here.
There it is. Just
Cut to Max going into Booney's office. You're going to want to choke Adam again this week. I know you choked him last week, but
That was my favorite post of the week on the Facebook group this week. For
I,
sure.
I gave him just enough rope, and he's like, "Hold on, let me make a noose out of
I
that."
just want everyone to listen to that again and realize that I was fucking joking. Take a joke.
What was it again? What did he say?
I was joking
What did he
about how
jokingly say? Oh, jiu-jitsu's-
WWE and MMA are basically the same thing. I said it with a sarcastic undertone. It's a fucking joke.
People don't
take it as
people
such.
don't know you
That's-
like that well. You know.
Well, they
Yeah.
should after 140 episodes.
Yeah. At this point, they should know if I'm saying something, most likely fucking with you.
Well, we will find out if it is the same this weekend. Enjoy your chokehold. It'll be.
I'm not going to enjoy anything.
That'll be great.
I'm just going to sit in the car.
Catch you guys next week.